In the lab with the formula and chemistry. New memories spark and motivate and make the industry shake. We put the bars in the brakes. I'm talking one chance at best.
Stay true to who you are. Stay true to what you believe in, and stay dedicated to what you're chasing.
You never rest. Freedom is our teacher under pressure. Now we blessed.
That's what we're all about here. We're about educating. We're about teaching. We're about making people better.
Yeah, it's one art, one shot. Now the future is yours. Go.
I mean, I'm learning a lot about little things, but you got to do all of this stuff to produce. I'm only imagining when you do your shows and just all the different things that go into what we see.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Wellness Center here on the campus of Florida Memorial for today's afternoon matinee with the Florida Memorial Lions. Lions come into this game 1-5, but the good news is they're 1-0 on their home court. They sit 1-2 in conference, and they face Weber International, who sits at 2-2 in the conference, 5-5 overall. Coach, a lot of people haven't seen you guys since the last time we had a game here at the Wellness Center. Give everybody a quick update on what's been going on with the season thus far.
Well, we've done a lot with injuries. We've done a lot with COVID, so now we're lucky to be out of that, and we're ready to be home and playing. We actually happy to see you guys because the last time you were here we won. So maybe we need to get you guys to do all of our games.
And hopefully the Black College Sports Network will continue to be a good luck charm for the Florida Memorial Lions. Quickly, familiarize everybody with your opponent today, Weber International. What can we expect to see from them on the floor?
Oh, well, Weber is a feisty team, great group, great shooting team, really tough defensively. So it's gonna be a real test. You know, they have a couple kids who've actually been players of the week in the conference. So they're coming out. They knocked off, our crosstown rival St. Thomas a couple nights ago. So they're really coming in here on a high. So it's gonna be on us to do a great job of being locked in defensively to make sure we bring them down a notch.
Now, last year, looking back at the series last year, you guys split last year, but it was the unusual split where each team won on the opponent's court. What do you have to do today to get the victory on your own home court today?
Well, the first thing we got to do is slow down, two of the three monsters. They have three guys who go out and look to score. Miles is a kid who's extremely difficult to stop. He's averaging 16 points a game in conference. And Chris is another guy. He's only averaging 14, but he could go for 20. He was actually the difference maker in our game last year with them. He had 20 and 10. So, he's definitely at the head of the scouting report this game. So we can slow him down and try to contain Miles.
Last home game of the calendar year.
Yes.
This year. After today, what can we look for over Christmas break? How are you going to keep the guys interjective and engaged?
Well, one thing we're going to do, we're going to get a few days off, let them rest, and then we'll get back to practice and we'll start working on the basics. The things that we did in preseason to get the habits built up. You know what I mean? So, and then we'll let them go home for a little bit, and then they'll come back and we'll just work on fitness because once you go home, you're at home for Christmas for a week. You're not thinking about running. You're not
the
thinking
greens and all that stuff start.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
All mom's home cooked meals, so you're excited about that. So now we'll get them back and start getting them into shape. But we have two guys who will be joining us second session, and it's going to be special. So I'm excited.
How important is it for the guys to maintain their, for lack of a better word, their COVID principles during the break when they go home, so that we don't have a pause in the second half of the season due to Florida Memorial? You can't control the other universities, but you can control yours.
Yes, we've been lucky. We haven't had one COVID outbreak on our team over the last 2 months or so. So we've been lucky. We actually went to Alabama. We were gone for a whole week, and we did a great job of trying to keep our kids protected. Now it's about educating them, and that comes from the top. Our president to our AD to us as coaches on the things that we need to do to make sure that our young men and young women stay safe even when they're not with us. So we've been constantly educating them per the direction of our president, our athletic director. So, you know, we're going to stay on it. You know what I mean? We'll keep doing that.
Last question for you. Earlier this week, your 7-foot center from Helsinki, Finland, Mubashir Ali, was named to the BCSN first team All-American NAIA. What does that mean for you and your program to have one of your kids selected to our All-American team?
One is it's a complete honor. One, to have that opportunity, and two, you know, being able to bring that sort of exposure from BCSN to our university is always amazing. And we don't want to let you down today. He's going to be great. I expect him to have an amazing day today. And you know, I think early in the season he's dealt with a lot of pressure of being the man, you know, and now we like, hey man, just relax and play basketball. Do the things that you've done since you was 8, 9, 10, 11 years old and watch it. Don't put any unforced pressure on yourself. So he's in a great headspace right now, and I'm excited to see what he's going to do.
Well, his first game since being named first team All-American NAIA for the BCSN, we hope he lives up to the billing today.
Yes, sir.
Coach Alameen, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Go hard today.
Yes, sir.
If you go hard, hopefully we will get the W today.
We will.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Yes, sir.
It's like a loot machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loot machine.
Even though there is so much against us, you will see me wearing a face covering.
And even with my face covered,
you will see me
as a son,
as a friend to everyone I meet,
as a fighter for change,
as a woman who stands up for what I believe in.
So join me in wearing a face covering
to help stop the spread of the coronavirus.
Because this is one small act of kindness that has the power to bring us all together.
The real reason why I went after Comcast and Charter, it didn't have anything to do with my cable networks. It didn't. What happened was a gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network in partnership with the HBCUs, and Comcast did not accept it, and that would have made a lot of money for these black colleges. Absolutely. And it would have educated the Black College Sports Network. This is what he wanted to do. That would have educated a lot of black kids. And when they didn't do that, that's when I came off the bench and said, okay, I'm gonna light you up like a Christmas tree. Okay, that was the real reason why I got into it, was when I saw what happened with the Black College Sports Network, which I don't know. I just knew that these black, right? I knew that these black colleges were gonna benefit, and these black kids were going to get the education that they deserved and not have to pay.
Joining us today is Mr. Mubashir Ali. Earlier this week, the Black College Sports Network named Mubashir Ali a first team preseason All-American for the BCSN. This is in addition to all the other awards that he's picked up throughout the years. Last year he was first team All-Sun Conference. So Mr. Ali, number one, congratulations for your latest honor. And what does an honor like that mean to you, and not only you, but to the Florida Memorial Program?
First of all, it means a lot. You know, I'm really honored to get the award. I mean, I couldn't do it without my guys. You know, it takes 5 guys to win out there. You know, it takes 5 guys to complete assignments. And you know, if one guy looks good, it's because the other 4 guys did their job and made sure that everybody looked good doing their job.
Speaking of guys, you guys have such a unique thing here in NAIA basketball.
Yes, sir.
You guys have size.
Yeah.
Most NAIA teams, your tallest player is going to be 6'8", you might have a 6'9". I mean, y'all got 4 guys over 6'9" on this team.
Sure.
And you lead the pack at 7 feet tall. What does having extra size mean to somebody like you who's always been a big? What does it mean to have other guys your size to practice against and have your back when you're on the court?
I mean, it means well. I mean, to be honest, I feel like the guys around me push me to my best ability every day. And not only that, I'm not playing against somebody that's 6'5", 6'4", so it's like they're not making my game easier.
You're getting real looks in practice.
I'm getting real looks in practice and looks that I would probably get in a professional setting, or maybe on higher Division I teams, or maybe NCAA teams. You know, so that's definitely the different looks I get in practice, including them trying to guard me too. So.
Right. Now, speaking of looks, teams probably have been throwing different looks at you this year. Numbers are slightly down over last year, but we're still early in the season. You know, you're still putting up double-digit points. Rebounds are a little bit off versus last year. What do you think you said a little bit different as far as teams focusing on you this year versus what's happened in years past?
I just have to do better as a leader. As one of the core guys that was here from last year, I have to do a better job leading my guys, helping them understand that when I do get double down there, that they have open looks, and them to trust me. Since I have new guys all around me this year, it's them to help them to trust me, and I can trust them in certain plays.
Yeah.
And I mean, right now the numbers don't tell a player. You know what I mean?
Correct.
If I go out there and do my job, you know, all we care about is a win. You know, all we care about is making it to the playoffs and getting into the championship. So, however means necessary, I got to get the job done. I will do it. So if that means rebounding the ball, that means making that extra pass, that means diving on the floor, even stuff that don't get on the stat line. You know, whatever it costs to win them, me and my guys are always down to do it.
Speaking of wins, you guys are undefeated at home on this particular season. What is it going to be? What are you going to have to do to protect your court against Weber today?
Just, you know, we got to attack the glass. You know, we got to be ferocious. Can't let the referees take the game out of our game. We can't let this. You know, if the other team take the lead, we can't let that hang down on our heads. You know, we just got to keep fighting throughout the game and just simply keep trusting in ourselves and our system and what we got planned. Just execute every play. That's the best way to win.
All right, last question. I'll get you out of here. This is our last broadcast for the calendar year of 2020.
Yes, sir.
I know we're about 3 weeks early, but I need your New Year's resolution. What's going to be your New Year's resolution on the basketball court?
Oh, man. You know, my biggest resolution this year is just trying to get to the playoffs and win a championship, man. Ain't nothing more to it.
All right, 2021, his resolution is to get his team to the tournament.
Yes, sir.
Kansas City, here we come.
Kansas City, here we come.
Kansas City, here we come. Thank you, Mr. Ali. Congratulations once again on your honor. And go get them today.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Industry was hurting, but I done bandaged her up. Now I got too sick with it. Now we done found us in a pro sound. Look, I be tearing the speakers up and we shaking the whole ground. Found pros in this profession, we calling that profound. Studio in every city, I'm calling that yo town. Some of these words that I'm using make me wanna throw down, but I got humbled in my veins and learned to tone it down. Major league when I'm pitching, I'm needing the pitchers, man. Shake the room with my powers and knocking the pitches down. Trying to teach you business first and put your pitches down. Major.
I am one of those people that are uniquely able to speak to why Florida Memorial is so important.
When we rebirthed football, that's when it really began to take fire, when we said that.
Monumental game for A&M and Tampa. It was monumental.
Started playing football in fall of 2020. Things started to happen.
One shot, now the future is yours. Go! Yeah, I was building on the.
It's an honor to be here on campus with you guys. The Super Bowl down here in Miami.
Super Bowl weekend, man. We out here.
Your dreams are talking one shot for the kill. The breeze cut, freeze up, straight drop for the kills. I'm talking taking over pieces and shares of all.
And all the men you see here today are here for one reason, and one reason only. And that's because they love you.
I'm turning dreams into reality. In the lab with the formula and chemistry. The memories spark and motivate and make the industry shake. We put the balls in the place. I'm talking One chance at best.
Stay true to who you are, stay true to what you believe in, and stay dedicated to what you're chasing.
You never rest. Freedom is a teacher under pressure, now we blessed.
That's what we're all about here. We're about educating, we're about teaching, we're about making people better.
Yeah, it's one arm, one shot, now the future is yours. Let's go.
I mean, I'm learning a lot about little things, but you got to do all of this stuff to produce. I'm only imagining when you do your shows and just all the different things that go into what we see.
It was a monumental game for A&M and Tampa. It was a monumental game. Somebody had to lose, and thank God it was them this time.
We knew it was going to be a battle. Look at Jake Ave's record. 202 and 36, I think, some off-the-wall figures.
And nobody would play him because they didn't want to take a chance of getting beat. But the truth of it is,
over 46,000 tickets. Blacks were sitting in the east stands. Whites were sitting in the west stands. And the score wound up 34-28.
The only thing we proved that we wasn't inferior, that we were not inferior, and we were not afraid.
For one night, for 160 minutes, we was better than them.
Shop Velvet online.
Welcome back to the Wellness Center here on the campus of Florida Memorial University. As we get ready for our men's contest between Weber International and your Florida Memorial Lions. But before we tip off with the men's action, we've got a special interview right here. Joining us for this game. Excuse me. Coach Gregory Stanback, Florida Memorial Lady Lions. Coach, tough loss, Coach. Tough loss.
You know, we did a great job battling back into the game, but it just, the start at the beginning, it was too much to overcome.
Yes, you were down as many as 22 there in the midway through the second quarter, but I got to give you credit. You guys cut it down. You had many opportunities to take the lead. Couldn't never get over the hump. And for me sitting up here about 70 feet from the court, it seemed that it came down to free throws for me. You guys, especially in the fourth quarter, you shot about 60% from the free throw lines, almost 70% from the free throw line. But Weber only missed one free throw in the fourth quarter. What did you see from the sideline from where you was at as the difference in the game?
Well, you know, the first thing we had to do is just keep their composure. I got a young team. As you can probably see, we play a lot of freshmen. We got the junior and Tolbert, who's our leader. But in a situation like that, you just had to keep them positive and let them know that they had the ability to come back, which they did. You know, our goal was to get it within 10 in the fourth quarter. We did that, and once we did that, I knew it was a ball game. And then from the free throw line, like you said, I think we missed 8 out of 9 going down the stretch. And that was the key. If we made free throws, they reward themselves with a great comeback win in that game. And it was people were missing free throws I wasn't expecting. They hit them all the time. So you'll have one of those games. You know, Tolbert missed 2, missed one of one. Chantel Barnett, who doesn't really missed both of hers. But she's a freshman. So she's going to learn. It's sometimes you need those learning moments as a freshman to get you better. So, but that was the key. They did a great job coming back, trusting the coaches, trusting our game plan, and it worked. So that's a good thing that we can take away from it, that, you know, they listened to us and followed what we wanted to do in the second half.
You guys haven't had a competitive ball game in almost 2 weeks now. Do you think that rust may have had something to do with it, considering Weber just played 2 nights ago and the conference's game of the week? Do you think that may have contributed to something, especially early, not being able to get it going early?
Yes, absolutely. This season is going to be an unpredictable season. Obviously, we're dealing with COVID, no situations, and games being canceled. It's hard, you know, because we don't have a practice team.
So going up and down, playing against each other in practice, it's difficult. So, and then the game was delayed with weather, having bus troubles. You know, with a young team, they get things like thrown off their schedule, it messes them up. I contribute that to a little bit to our slow start at the beginning. But a lot of it does have to do is that we're just not playing games. And I told them that we just got to play a lot more games to see where we're at and where we can figure things out, because they're new. Everybody's new except 2 players, so they're still learning how to play with each other. And normally we would have played at least 5 more games, but we'll see what happens in the future.
Coach, can you stick around for a couple of minutes? What we need to do now, we need to take a break while the national anthem plays, and then we'll come back and finish up in a couple of minutes after we get the start lineups of the men's game.
Absolutely.
Watching Florida Memorial basketball right here on the Black College Sports Network.
Women's Boutique to spice up your closet with trendy, unique looks. We have fashionable and chic looks at very affordable prices. Malvet Boutique offers free shipping all year long on all orders. Shop online at www.melvetboutique.com. That's www.melvetboutique.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. Shop Melvet Online Women's Boutique.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
We are back. For the first time in 62 years, the Florida Memorial Lions will hit the gridiron, and their home games will be streamed by the Black College Sports Network at www.fmuathletics.com, www.mybcsn.net, and on the MyBC.
We're back here at the Wellness Center on the campus of Florida Memorial University. Joining me is Coach Greg Standback. Coach, thanks for hanging around for a couple of extra minutes. Want to talk about a couple of players there. Kiana Tolbert did Tolbert did her normal thing. But Heather Durant, especially in that fourth quarter, she just lit it up, for lack of a better word. Just talk about her and her contribution as she finally got going, it seemed like. Speaking of, you already brought up the other player I was going to talk about. Also turning it on in the second half was Jabari Tillman. So to have those 2 options to go along with Kiana Tolbert, what can we expect in January as we get deeper into the conference season from you guys?
All 5 positions and match up. And there's only a few teams in our conference that can match up with us like that. You know, Weber gives us problems because they can handle our speed, they can handle our pressure, even though we turned them over 26 times. But I just feel we'll be hard to guard. And once those 4 and one more learn how to play together, we're going to be tough to beat.
Right. Coach Gregory Standback, we thank you for your time. You guys will be on the road for the next 2 weeks as you go into the Christmas break. We'll see you again in January right here on the Black Sports Network. Coach Standback, thank you for your time, man.
Yes,
Appreciate
thank you guys. I want to thank you guys for always supporting us HBCUs and Florida Memorial University. You guys do an excellent job, and I appreciate it.
All right, there's Coach Rick. We stand back as we get ready for our men's matchup here at Florida Memorial University. Jumping center for your Lions will be Mubashar Ali. He will be jumping against Lordo Nanta for Weber International. Florida Memorial controls the tap. We'll set the starting lineups in just a moment. Memorial in their white uniforms, blue trail, orange numbers. Weber International in the green uniform, white trim, black numbers trim in white. That was Terrence Clayton with the first bucket of the day for Florida Memorial. Coming right back for Weber International is number 21. That is going to be Rashid Etienne. Inside Ali, he's double, no, triple team. Great ball movement by Florida Memorial. Ball out of bounds, turnover by Muhammad Gilchrist. Starting for Florida Memorial, you have Muhammad Gilchrist, number 0, Terrence Clayton, number 1, Aubrey Washington, number 4, Sheikh Kavey, number 13, and Mubashar Ali, number 21. We'll set your Weber lineup in just a moment. That's Miles, over to Nana. Davis. Shot up by Gautier, excuse me. Ali throws it into what would have been the third row if we would have had fans here. Little rush starting to kick in early here for these two teams. $18:35 remain, early action. Great up fake, great head fake. Now he's looking for the shot blocker. There he is. No, too many steps. Traveling violation. Sheikh Kavey has the ball up top. They're looking to try to get the ball inside to Ali. Ali was chosen earlier this week as on the BCSA first NAIA first team as an preseason All-American. Turnover by Memorial. Behind the back pass. Jump shot by Nanta. Rebound by Washington. Washington pushes it. Great screen by Kavey. Washington pulls up. Ali goes for the rebound, does not get it. Ball's pushed back by Etienne. Over to Davis. We got a foul call. Fouls against Muhammad Gilchrist. That will be his first personal foul. The first team foul of the day for either squad. Etienne. Three-point attempt by Miles. Rebound by Kavey. Over to Clayton. Another turnover by Florida Memorial. Florida Memorial has a little bit of early jitters, just trying to do a little bit too much. 17:21 remaining in the first half. Got subs coming into the game for Florida Memorial. Checking into the game for Florida Memorial. Murad Berrien, Sam Mack, Quincy Urbina. Trying to find something that's going to give a little bit of chemistry, a little bit of flow for the Florida Memorial Lions. Jump shot is short by Nanta. Got a foul called on the rebound. Fouls called against number 23. Chris Gauthier. Chris Goddard, excuse me. Some token backcourt pressure right here by Weber International. Urbina drives, kicks that out. We've got another foul call. Chris Goddard picks up two quickly. You got a 2-for-1 set going on fouls for Chris Goddard. Checking in for Weber International for the first time. Number 22, Herman Robinson. Got a 30-second timeout called by Florida Memorial. We're going to take a quick break right here. Your score, 2-2. You're watching BCSN basketball on Florida Memorial. Go to break.
We are back. For the first time in 62 years, the Florida Memorial Lions will hit the gridiron. And their home games will be streamed by the Black College Sports Network at www.fmuathletics.com, www.mybcsn.net, and on the MyBCSN app, available on Google Play and the Apple App Store.
After I screwed that going up into break, we're back to live action. Florida Memorial has the ball baseline out of bounds. They come out with a stack. Ball goes up the back, over to Murad. It's to Urbina. Urbina drives. Just off. Offensive rebound back to Urbina. Rim is closed right now for Florida Memorial. 3 excellent shots, but there is no conversion right there. Etienne, pull-up jump shot. Neither team is able to buy a bucket here in this early going. On to Urbina. 3-point attempt. No good. Etienne. Oh, offensive foul. Etienne picks up the offensive foul. That will be his first personal team. Third against Weber International. More subs in the game for Weber International. Into the game, number 24, George Davey for Weber International. Also into the game for Weber International, Herman Robinson. Berrien breaks the pressure very easily. Over to Gilchrist. Urbina, dribble drive, scoop. Ali can't hold on to the rebound. Ball's picked up by Etienne. Way to avoid the charge this time. Out of bounds, say the ball went off of Florida Memorial. Reset the shot clock to 20. Ball goes over to Etienne. Miles. Fade away. Rebound Gilchrist.
And
High
AD.
screen roll by Ali. Barry gets the ball.
And AD,
Over to
I hate to
Etienne.
jump in
Go
on
ahead.
you like that. Just to let folks and yourself know, we are being joined by Mr. Charles Bishop from
Thank you,
inside
guys.
the HBCU Sports Lab.
Thank you for welcoming me in, guys.
Offensive foul called against Jalen Miles. Got a sub into the game. That's going to be Shake Cavey. Charles, how you doing there today as we get into this early action? We've got a media timeout. I tell you what, hold that thought, Charles. We're gonna bring you in right after this media timeout here. Your
Sure thing.
scores: Florida Memorial 2, Weber 2. You're watching Florida Memorial basketball on the Black College Sports Network.
Have you had your Earth Blend coffee today? At Earth Blend Coffee, we take pride in offering you the very best of beans across the world, blended and roasted to perfection, giving you superior quality and satisfying and flavorful taste. Experience the world in one cup with Earth Blend Coffee.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids' apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
.48 remain in the first half from here at the Wellness Center in Miami Gardens, Florida. Charles, we got a low-scoring ball game here thus far, as neither team can seem to buy a bucket. Ball goes inside to KB. You got another foul there, Charles. So,
Well, no doubt about it. I think sometimes you see in these early season contests that the lack of exhibition games and the lack of those preseason games, and you kind of having a tough time finding the rim. So hopefully we get things going here.
Yeah, not only that, but just the schedule changes having to do with COVID. You practice and you have a game canceled, and then you don't think you're playing and you got to play the next day. It's got to be tough on these kids right now, Charles.
No doubt about it. I mean, this whole COVID situation, it has definitely caused athletes to kind of go into a sort of a topsy-turvy sort of personality. But to everyone's credit, they sort of roll with the punches, if you will.
Yes. Rebound goes over to Robinson. Robinson gives the ball up top to Davis. Over the Miles. You got 15 seconds remaining on the shot clock. That's going to be another offensive foul. That is the third offensive foul called on Weber International in less than 6 minutes, Charles. They're a little bit handsy out there. What you think about that?
A little bit handsy out there. Great job that time by Florida Memorial, sliding and moving their feet on defense, causing that turnover, getting another possession. That's what it's all about, trying to get those extra possessions to get some points up on the board.
Yeah, you need as many possessions as you can get when you got a pitcher duel going on with a 3-2 ball game early. Looks like a baseball game. And, we got a block call for the first time today, Charles. I thought they was going to even it out with another charge call. Going to the line for Florida Memorial is Barad Berry. Go ahead with your thought there, Charles.
Yeah, nice job that time by Barry, aggressive in the lane, and caught the defender moving his feet, if you will, that time, and get an opportunity to get to the free throw line.
Yeah, but let's see what we can do from the free throw line. And the iron is unkind, as they say. Between all the missed free throws and the missed jump shots, we've got a condominium going in this place right now.
Yeah, hopefully
get one to drop.
Hopefully the nerves can calm down a little bit and guys can kind of get into a flow.
The dribble weave action up top for Weber International. couldn't quite slide his feet there quick enough right there. That foul is going to be on number 5, Corn Bradley Jr., the freshman from Gainesville, Florida, Charles.
Yeah, thus far you really see Weber International that they're doing a good job, I think, of moving the ball around. It puts Florida Memorial on their heels, if you will, on defense. So really got to pay close attention to P's and Q's on the defensive end of the court.
Yeah. Oh, Paratroopers Club. Great up and under by number 21, Rashid Etienne. Still can't get anything going right now is Florida Memorial. KB loses the rebound. Great transition. No call that time. Bodies all over the floor. 3-point attempt. No good. Berry gets the rebound. 3-point attempt for the corner. Sam back. What do you do when this is happening, Charles? What can you do? Nothing is falling for either team.
I think you want to try to get to the rim. You want to get aggressive and try to get into the lane to get some easy buckets. You got to run something where you can get something real easy to the rim, and I think that's kind of what takes the lid off the rim, if you will.
Well, Rashid Etienne hits the 17-foot jump shot right there, puts Weber up 6-4. Charles, if we'd have had fans, that one would have been at about the 5th row right there.
I see, no doubt about it.
Wow. Great thing the bleachers are pushed in right now.
Yes, indeed.
Bad substitutions for both teams. We'll try to get everything reset in as soon as we can. Checking back into the game is BCSN preseason All-America Mubashar Ali. Charles, did you happen to see the list that was put out by the network earlier this week, Charles?
Yes, I did. Great job, guys. Putting out more information that guys like myself can kind of dig through it and learn a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're going to have your comments about it one way or the other. 3-point attempt is up and good. Aubrey, Washington.
Great dribble drive that time. Found the open man out there for the open jump shot. Nice 3-point shot.
Yeah. 3-point attempt. No good offensive rebound. Who they going to give it to? They're going to keep the ball right here in the front court. You know, this Weber team has an excellent ball movement, Charles. A lot of screening action away from the ball. Just can't buy a bucket.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things I've noticed thus far. Great ball movement. So it really, like I said, it really puts our Florida Memorial guys on their heels, trying to make sure they keep their man in front of them. So gotta pay tough attention on the defensive end of the ball.
We got another offensive foul. This time it's a moving screen variety. That is the, let me find my statistics right here. That is the 5th turnover for this Weber International team thus far in the ball game, Charles. And Florida Memorial is not doing too much better. That is their 6th turnover. The theme of the day is not no flow. There's no flow with all these turnovers, Charles.
Yeah, that's a tough turnover that time. Sometimes we see that corner 3 guy. He doesn't really realize where he is on the court sometimes, and unfortunately stepped out of bounds that time.
Yeah, Ali didn't get the block, but he definitely altered the shot right there. Ball goes out of bounds. Going to remain with Weber International. Checking into the game for Weber is number 4, Laurel Nanta. Ball's dribbled out by Etienne. He's going to set something up. They're going to run a little almost some UCLA cut action right there.
I was about to say some nice John Wooden action.
Hey, great to know we on the same page right there. Rebound. Oh, did he save it? No. Just moving a little bit too fast. You know, that's one of those. you were looking to make the next play before you made the basic play and secured the ball.
Yeah, I was about to say you got to secure the ball first. So I tell you what, that old John Wooden motion offense, that's what that Weber offense kind of reminds me of there.
Let me ask you this. Which offense did you like better, when John Wooden ran or when Dean Smith ran in North Carolina?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Two giants. You know, I'm a fan of nostalgia. I think I'm going to go with John Wooden.
Well, you know, 10 national championships, you can't argue with that one.
You can't argue with it, right?
Great dribble drive. Once again, iron is unkind. Weber comes back, 3-0-2. Gonna kick it out. Three-point attempt up and good. Number 3, Dante Green.
Yeah, nice shot that time by Green. They closed out well on the three-point shooter, but he was able to get it up and in.
Three-point attempt up and good. Sam Mack Jr. as Florida Memorial says, I'll trade you three-point attempts. They retake the lead 10-9 with just under 10 minutes remaining in the first half.
Nice way to answer a three with a three.
Sometimes you got to take what you can. I'll take a bucket sometimes.
There you go.
Charles. Ooh, great. Caught him being a little handsy on the jump shot. Never foul a jump shooter. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that principle when we come back from this break right here. 9:35 remaining in the first half. Florida Memorial 10, Weber International 9. You're watching Florida Memorial basketball on the Black College Sports Network. I ain't mean to cut you.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
It was a monumental game for A&M and Tampa. It was a monumental game. Somebody had to lose, and thank God it was them this time.
We knew it was going to be a battle. Look at Jake Ave's record. 202 and 36, I think. Some off-the-wall figures.
And nobody would play him because they didn't want to take a chance of getting beat. But the truth of it is,
over 46,000 tickets. Blacks were sitting in the east stands. The whites were sitting in the west stands. And the score wound up 34-28.
The only thing we proved that we wasn't inferior, that we were not inferior, and we were not afraid.
For one night, for 160 minutes, we was better than them.
At the line for Weber International is number 0, Eddie Davis. You know, we were going into break, Charles. We were talking about that basic principle, don't foul a jump shooter. Break that down for us, please.
I mean, you want to move your feet and stay anchored to the floor, if you will. Don't go for the head fakes, and don't jump out at a jump shooter. You really want to, as my old junior high coach said, anchor your bottom to the floor and just move your feet and be able to get a hand in the shooter's face.
Yeah. Of course, in junior high, some of us had better ankles and better bottoms than we got
there you
now.
Go.
Three-point attempt is no good by Gilroy. Rebound up and good, Chaz Clayton. You know, this Florida Memorial team, for those who have not seen them, they're going to shoot their threes. They're going to shoot themselves into a game, or they're going to shoot themselves out of a game. But they're going to get their attempts up, Charles.
No doubt. The three-point line, it giveth and it taketh away. So hopefully today is a giveth.
Yeah. Well, on the bright side, Florida Memorial is undefeated at home on the young season. But I got to put the asterisk with that, though, Charles.
Mm-hmm.
They've only played one game.
The old caveat.
Hey, but you can't go undefeated unless you win the first one.
There you go. Exactly.
Yes. That was a great call by the referee. It was hard to see, but he got that call right. Ball did bounce out of bounds off of Rodney Gilroy. Checking into the game for Florida International Weber International is Herman Robinson. Great drive, picked up the contact. I think they're going to call that one on Clayton.
Yeah, Clayton was a little late that time. And like I said, great job that time at Weber International being aggressive, trying to get in the lane and kind of create some contact there. And they were rewarded with a foul call.
Yeah. Neither one of these teams has started off well from the field today. Weber is 4 from 20 from the field, shooting 20% in early action. Florida Memorial, 4 of 14, shooting a little bit better, 28.6% from the field. Both teams, Weber is 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Florida Memorial 2 for 4 from the free throw line. Weber is 1 of 5 from three-point territory. Florida Memorial shooting a lot better at 3 of 6 from the three-point territory.
Yeah.
Not quite sure what that stoppage was for, but go ahead, Charles.
You know, college basketball is a game of flurries, and when guys get the flow going, it makes for pretty basketball. But I tell you what, when it's not going, that's when it's rough to watch at times.
You know, I always say there's two sports where you're always going to see a run: college basketball and men's slow pitch softball.
There you go.
3-point attempt. Washington misses everything. Ali on the floor. We're going to have a hair ball alternating possession. It's going to go over to Weber International on the alternating possession right there. I think Ali is a little frustrated right there as he's been pretty much shut down early. Does not even have a field goal attempt, although he has 4 rebounds in 9 minutes of action here early, Charles.
Yeah, I mean, it's early action, a little too early to be frustrated. You just got to get into the flow of the game, and sometimes the game finds you. So hopefully Ali will get things going. Nice steal.
And if you've never seen this guy can jump. That was the quick dunk right there, but I've seen him take off from a lot further out.
I tell you what, he showed some hops that time. That was nice to see. Great steal and stuff.
Another offensive foul, illegal screen called on Weber International. And something for those of you all who's out there, you could not see. I didn't catch the double, but the Weber International player actually tried to foul Urbina as he was making that steal to prevent that breakaway. But Urbina fought through it and was still able to get the breakaway and get the dunk to hopefully turn the momentum for the Florida Memorial Lions right here. Urbina tried to get another one. Left hand, no good. Ali had his own stats with the rebound, miss, and another rebound, but he got fouled on the second rebound. He's going to go to the line for his first opportunity of points on the day, Charles.
Great job that time by Ali, being tough in the lane, going up strong with both hands, getting that rebound, and he was rewarded with a foul call. Sometimes when you're aggressive, referees, they will reward that aggression, especially going up getting rebounds.
You know, Charles, you cover a lot of SWAC basketball. You know, Ali was a transfer from Southern over to Florida Memorial 2 years ago. Did you happen to remember seeing him when he was in the SWAC, Charles?
I do happen to remember seeing him in the SWAC, and I tell you, we sort of giggle from time to time. It's so rough in the SWAC. And you see this churning, if you will, of constant transfers coming in, and sometimes that pushes guys out. But I tell you, Southern is a tremendous basketball program in the SWAC, probably one of the top 3 or 4 programs in the SWAC.
Yes. They're always one of the tops of the class when it comes to HBCU basketball. You know, between them, Texas Southern, and Jackson State, you know, it's always tough there in the SWAC. And now you've got the newcomers coming. Alabama A&M, Alabama State is expected to be better. You know, It's almost like pick your poison when you go out there and play in that swag.
Yeah, there you go. And
Look at
there's a
the
lot
big
of
man
parity in the
handle.
league.
Look at the big man handle the ball. That's the type of stuff that gets you to the league right there, Charles.
Yes, indeed.
What we got? We have a blocking call. I think that basket went in. I kind of lost track of it there. Yes, the basket did go in. As my producer Roy is in my ear telling me the basket went in. They called the foul on, I believe, Gilchrist picked up the foul right there. He slid over late. There's no other way to put it, Charles.
Yeah, and I think he was in that restricted area that time. So, when you're in that restricted area, you're not going to get that charge call. And nice job that time by the Weber International player of sort of maneuvering his body to sell that call as well.
That was Jalen Miles that Charles was talking about with the move and converting the old-fashioned three-point play, as we like to call it.
Three the hard way.
Urbina, jab steps, nothing, over the back. See who they got to call it on. There was two green jerseys there. Which one are they going to give it to? They're going to give it to the person wearing jersey number 10. That's going to be Jalen Miles right there. He kind of got the arm as he was going up on the layup attempt right there.
Again, you reward that aggression. Pump fake out there at the three-point line. Take it hard to the hole. Get the foul.
Florida Memorial will be shooting 2 free throws on every free throw attempt for the remaining 6:48 of this half, as Weber now has 10 team fouls in the first half. Let's see if Florida Memorial can convert those free throws into points.
Yeah, you always want those easy points from the free throw line.
All right, and we've got a timeout on the floor. This one is called by Florida Memorial. We're going to take a break. 18-16 Florida Memorial, 6:48 remain in the first half. You're watching Florida Memorial basketball on the Black College Sports Network.
Shop Melvin Online Women's Boutique to spice up your closet with trendy, unique looks. We have fashionable and chic looks at very affordable prices. Melvin Boutique offers free shipping all year long on all orders. Shop online at www.melvetboutique.com. That's www.melvetboutique.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. Shop Melvin Online Women's Boutique.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
We are back. For the first time in 62 years, the Florida Memorial Lions will hit the gridiron. And their home games will be streamed by the Black College Sports Network at www.fmuathletics.com, www.mybcsn.net, and on the MyBCSN app, available on Google Play and the Apple App Store.
All right, we're back to live action. Florida Memorial ahead of Weber International by 2 points. We've got a special halftime feature. We're gonna work the crap out of Charles. No, we're not gonna do that much, sure. But we do have an encore presentation of him on the Inside the HBCU Sports Lab show coming up for you at halftime. But those who are unfamiliar with Inside the HBCU Sports Lab, Charles, tell us a little bit about it.
Well, yeah, Inside the HBCU Sports Lab is a show Dr. Cavill, who is one of the, I think, foremost experts in HBCU athletics and sports business. And really, we take a look week in, week out at HBCU athletics and HBCU business. And we take the deep dive with administrators, from presidents to provosts to head coaches. And we really get into the nitty gritty of everything that goes on within HBCU sports.
Yeah. Not only that, but you also have this it's a little bit of a smaller show. Y'all got this crazy new coach down there where you went to school that called what's his name, Cleon or Breon? Deion Sanders. And
Yes, Coach Prime.
Y'all talk about him on the 1400 Club, correct?
Yes, we do. I'm on Jackson State Athletics podcast called Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club, and we take a deep look at any and everything within Jackson State Athletics, coaches, players, parents, the whole nine. So we really take DI Love to the next level.
And I think DI Love is going to turn into DI Ratings with that new coach that y'all hired over there.
Yeah, look for something soon. I'll tease it on this program, but look for something soon in terms of the podcast and Coach Prime coming soon.
Hey, definitely hope that. Mubashar Ali misses his first free throw. He's at the line for his second free throw attempt. 0 for 2. We got a violation. He gets a reprieve on the free throw attempt. Hopefully he can make good on the old-fashioned 3 for 2. You remember that back in the day in the NBA?
Exactly. That's what came to mind. I was thinking about some old West Unsale 3 for 2s.
Haven't seen that in since about 1979 to 80 or so.
Exactly.
Yeah. And he does get the 3 for 2, as they say back in the day.
We'll take it.
Hey, take whatever you can right now. Florida Memorial up 19-18, approaching 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Once again, excellent motion by the Women International team, but rejection by Mubashar Ali. I think that's his first official block of the day, but he's had many other shot intimidations. I wish that was
just to be a presence down low. That's what you want from your big man.
Yes. Way to get on the floor, big man. That's a 6'9" Sheikh KB on the floor, just hustling like he's a 6'2" guard. Great dribble drive by number 21, Racine Etienne.
Nice job by Etienne, taking it hard to the hole, trying to create a little contact. Didn't get the call, but he gets the shot.
Urbina up to KB. Back to Urbina. Over in the corner to Clayton. Down to the big guy, Ali. He looks. He's going to pass. Great pass, big man. Great pass. Great look. Great cut by Urbina. That's what you call chemistry and knowing where to be at when the big man gets double, because you know the double is coming.
You know the double is coming. Urbina goes back door, gets the easy bucket. Nice look from Ali. I like that.
Yes. That's what happened when sometimes when you got a right-handed player trying to shoot a left-handed layup and their feet just gets off just a little bit there. Didn't have the steps quite right.
Yeah, how often do we see that? That is a very interesting thing. Like you said, sometimes just the footwork isn't quite there when you're trying to make that little awkward move there.
Yeah. You call yourself trying to be fundamental, but, hey, footwork is part of fundamentals, as they say.
What did it say? Sometimes fundamentals get in the way.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you just got to go play. Once again, great pass. Pass was a little low, but could be catchable. You got to help your big man out on that one.
You got to help your big man out on that one. You got to get that one and get it into the shooting gallery, if you will, and get that shot up, because I think he had an open 3 if he could have got it up there.
Yeah, how about coaches say you got to have your pocket ready for the change?
You got to have the shooting pocket ready. There you go.
There you go. Offensive rebound by Etienne. Etienne continues to pound the ball. Another turnover for Weber International, that time by Dante Green. Turnovers have been the theme of the day. Weber International has 8 of them. Florida Memorial has 10 of them. as they did not reset the shot clock on the play. So they got to go back, reset the shot clock. We're going to just do it again, Charles.
No doubt, no doubt. That's the second time we've seen thus far that guys have kind of lost their bearings in terms of where they are on the court. So.
Yeah, so as we used to call it, you just had the fat feet. Just stepped out of bounds a little bit too much. You got to get a shoe a size smaller. Maybe you don't make that play.
Exactly.
Back over the arena. Washington looking for the cross screen to Ali. They get it. Easy bucket right there.
Yes.
As a former guard, that's the kind of play I like because I want to make sure you get that assist so I can pad my stats also.
Exactly. Everybody benefits from that one.
Yes. And you had Urbina got the old hockey assist, the assist to the assist man.
The assist to the assist, exactly. Those are perfect.
Yes. Now women starting to play a little bit more one-on-one instead of that great ball movement that they had earlier in the day. And then I get what they had earlier. Back, almost lost it, regains it to the big man, Ali, who's going to take the three. Hey, it looked good coming out of his hand.
It did look good coming out of his hand. I tell you what, I know Ali has that shot in his repertoire, but I sure would love to see him get a little closer in on the basket because I think great things could happen for Florida Memorial if he's able to kind of work his magic in the lane.
You know, they have such unique, they've got like 4 players over 6'9" on this team. You can do a lot of high-low action with these players and actually make Ali the high man instead of the low man.
And there you go.
To kind of, for a change of pace, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, no doubt about it. When you have that sort of length and you can have that high-low action, it sure makes for some easy buckets.
Yes. Well, that's one thing we have not seen today, Charles, are easy buckets. We've had some decent looks, but for some reason, the iron still remains to be unkind. Webber International shooting 23%, Florida Memorial shooting 30%.
Like you said, the iron remains to be unkind. And looking at it, sometimes you just kind of have halves like that. Guys just don't get locked in until, sometime in the second half. And like I said earlier, sometimes you see in college basketball scoring just happens in flurry. So it'll be interesting to see going along if those shooting percentages goes up.
Yeah, let's hope. There was a lane violation on the first shot. That's why we back again, Charles. Once again, the old 3 to make 2 situation, it seems like.
The old 3 to make 2, I tell you. How about a little Kentucky Colonel basketball?
Artist Gilmore.
Artist Gilmore, there you go.
Checking into the game for Webber International is number 12. That's going to be Nasir Stewart Burr. I think I got that right. If I get that wrong, charge it to my head, not my heart. Back at the free throw line. Free throw line jump shot. Sweet.
Nice.
The art of the mid-range. That is a lost art in the game of basketball.
The art of the mid-range can make basketball so much easier. If you can find that little mid-range shot. Free throw line, how often do you practice that? Every day? So you should always be able to find a shot there at the free throw line area.
Yeah, but unfortunately, everybody looks for dunks and threes now, Charles.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Like you said, the art of the mid-range.
Andrew Duggan into the game for the first time for Florida Memorial. Dribble drive, there's an and one situation. Foul is called on number 13, Sheikh Kabi. Basket was good by number 21, Rasim Etienne of Webber International. This free throw right here can tie the game up. The one good thing about both these teams not being able to put the ball in the basket, we haven't had any real separation to score, whereas I don't think any team's been up by more than it's been a one-possession game the whole day, Charles.
No doubt about it. Despite the turnovers and the low shooting percentages, these teams are like right around each other. So hopefully you get that flurry and some of these threes can start falling there. There we go, on cue.
Assist to Washington. Urbina hits the shot from the corner. You know, that's the one good thing Florida Memorial is doing. They're 4 of 9 for the three-point line on the day.
Keep those threes falling.
A lot of bodies all over the floor. People limping, hurting, you know. Yeah, I think that's a good time. Let's make sure everybody's okay.
Referees letting them play a little bit here.
And he's over fussing at the clock or the table about something on the clock, not quite sure. Couldn't hear the conversation for as we are actually upstairs calling this game. We are in what would be the balcony section of the bleachers as the lower level of the arena is closed off to fans and media for this particular broadcast. Ali got to work on the left hand. He's got to use that left hand on that one right there.
No doubt. Put it up against the glass. Help you out.
Great drive once again by ATN.
Nice transition bucket that time by Weber.
Urbina, Washington over, looking for Ali, over to Urbina, over the back. 3-point attempt. No good. That's Davis. 15-foot jump shot. Good. You won't believe this. Weber just tied their largest lead for the day with 3 points, Charles.
I was just about to say that there's that flurry of baskets that we were talking about. Unfortunately, it's Weber, not Florida Memorial, but let's see what we can get done here on the offensive end. Swing that ball around.
Game. Great look. Keep moving the ball. Make the extra pass. Washington for 3. Urbina off the glass. Back. Who's going to be strong in the weight room? There you go. It's going to remain Florida Memorial ball. Be careful that Mr. Back. Don't get a technical foul for taunting. Got to be careful when you're saying something in front of the other team's bench right there. That will earn your team quicker than just about anything else.
Real quick, after you've earned that possession, continue to earn the possession. Let's take the ball out.
Yeah. They should reset the clock to 20 right here. Let's see if they're going to do that. Even though there's 24.9, the shot clock was off, but because the offense retains possession, the clock should be reset at 20 seconds. Uh-oh. Got some trash talking going on. The referee just warned Ali and number 24, George Davey of Weber International. So
let's see if cooler heads can prevail here.
And they did get the shot clock right. Go ahead with your comment, Charles.
Yeah, well, hopefully cooler heads can prevail here and get that last possession here and go into the halftime with some momentum here.
Yeah, look for Washington to wind up with this ball after the inbounds, and he'll pound the ball down and hold it to about 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Well, as I say that, the ball goes to Urbina. He's going to be the one pounding the ball down, making sure that they get the best shot possible out of this possession. Urbina, 15-foot jump shot. Very good. Great shot. Steal. Oh, thought that was going to give us a lead going into the halftime. Hey.
Yes, it did.
Your halftime score, Weber International 31, Florida Memorial 30. Stay tuned for this encore presentation of Dr. Kabil's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab featuring Mike Washington and my color commentator for the day, Charles Bishop from earlier this week. We'll be back right after these short messages.
Tell them I'm hungry.
YT Productions.
Yeah. I love my HBCU. And boy, I love it. I love it. I love my HBCU. And man, I hope my team they won. Yeah. I hope my team they won. Yeah. Man. I hope my team they won. I hope my team they won. Yeah. I tune into the HBCU Sports Lab to see if my team won or lost. If they lost, I'm quiet as a mouse. But if they won, keep tab. I'ma do the dab, yeah. Dr. Ville, he know what he be talking about. Mike and Charles, they know what they be talking about. They compress the analytic data with the hip hop. If you know them like I know them, they gon' tell you if your team, if they won or lost, and who the ball. So listen to Professor, yes sir, and pay attention, cause he gon' teach a lesson. And you gon' learn today, how your team they play, how they play, boy. You gon' learn today, how your team they play, how they play, yeah. We represent that swag, that MEAC, and let me say, what's up to Tennessee, stay, tune into the HBCU.
Welcome, Dr. Ville's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab. Welcome to episode 94 of Inside the HBCU Sports Lab radio show and podcast, the show that's covering the sporting HBCU diaspora, all things HBCU sports for the show, covering all things institutions, large and small, from NAIA to the NCAA. We share insights and information on the HBCU programs in the business of HBCU sports. I'm your host, Dr. Kenyatta Cavill, along with my co-hosts Mike Watson and Charles Bishop. We're filming from our home studios and sending a signal live to our KCOH 1230 AM studios with Texas Radio Hall of Famer Ralph Cooper in the beautiful home of Texas Southern University from Houston, Texas. Get used to hearing that Hall of Famer status. We'll have another one on the show today as well. Mike Washington, as you see, you're not seeing him on the screen as he's off on vacation. I don't know what you want to call it. I guess he's continuing his break, Turkey Day break. Somebody get to have extended Thanksgiving break. What kind of life is this? But on a serious note, he's taking care of business. But, we're going to always throw him under the bus and give him some love with that. But we'll make him proud, as you know we will, in terms of what's going on. But as we continue to get it on, we're going to jump right into it, because today's episode of Inside the HBCU Sports Lab is sponsored by THG Agency. THG Agency is a company that provides sporting and educational consulting and data analytics. Today's show will be a good one, as we will be discussing the latest in HBCU sports. Later, we will talk about sports history and take a deep dive a little bit. We're going to go in with coach and SWAC basketball team, as well as SIAC, talk about that information, CIAA, MEAC, independent programs. As we have got sports back in the house, we got women's and men's basketball. They're actually playing. So we'll talk about that to some upcoming basketball season. And now we're really in the thralls of it. Upcoming conference play, we'll see where that may go. Former Alabama A&M University basketball coach, Hall of Famer, and historian, as I'm giving him his new title, obviously legendary Coach Van Pettaway, as I like to still talk in reference to him. He'll be on the show later. With that, let's jump in here as we do at this time. We'll look at some HBCU news of the day, but that's showed out for the people a little bit. We want to show them love after a great holiday break. What news do you have in the HBCU sports world that you want to share with the people?
Tremendous amount of news to get to today, Dr. Ville. You touched on it, 12, 1, 20. If you see Kay Johnson, if you see Maya Jenkins, if you see Wendy Jenkins Bishop, they smile a little brighter today because today was the official start of the prime time era at Jackson State University. So shout out to the Jackson State fans. They're very excited in terms of Coach Prime coming to thee I love. So shout out to the Jackson State fans. Kay Johnson, I see you out there. Let's get to some other news. Southern, Carrick Johnson, he resigns as head baseball coach to take a position with Major League Baseball. So that's a huge blow in terms of Carrick Jackson leaving Southern baseball. Of course, he put them back on the map in terms of getting back in the championship swing of things that Southern baseball, a blue blood program within the HBCU ranks, and Kerrick Jackson, he will be moving on to accept a position with Major League Baseball, Dr. Bill.
Man, that is some big time news. Man, that's a tough one. Obviously, not just for Southern University, but for the SWAC. I mean, we talked about one of the surprise that we thought that you really want to look at with FAMU Bethune-Cookman coming to the SWAC is what it would do for baseball. He revitalized that Southern program. It did dip down. It's one of the rich programs in this conference across HBCU sports under Coach Kadar, legendary coach, got it done. Then you go back to Lou Brock when they're the only HBCU that's won a national championship. It was at the NAIA level. Obviously, want to throw some love to Grambling. They played for 2 championships, but Southern got it done on the diamond. They brought home the trophy officially. Got it done in a lot of ways. So give him a lot of love about that. It's going to be interesting to see what moves they make in terms of that. You know, will they go back outside the program to try to make a hire? Will they stick with, Kadar has had a lot of players that have groomed and stayed in the coaching realm. So does any of his players get a shot? You know, where a coach come over, where a coach think greener pastures that had some success, where they try to move over to Southern. So I'm very interested to see what that looks like in terms of what's going on there. So great point you made. Before we get into our first interview with Coach Pettaway, the Hall of Famer, legendary coach there, and we'll allow him to share some history. I got a surprise for him. I'm going to see if I can make him laugh a little bit, stun him with one. But, he's so good about it, he probably already know. Just gonna chuckle. But what else you got out there before we get into it? Any other big news you want to share?
Sure thing. Let's turn our attention to the MEAC because they announced their weekly men's basketball honors today at North Carolina Central. Redshirt senior guard C.J. Kaiser is the first MEAC men's basketball player of the week for the 2021 season, presented by Coca-Cola. And meanwhile, Anthony Tark of Coppin State and J.J. Matthews of Norfolk State are co-defensive players of the week. Let's take a look at C.J. Kaiser real quick. The 6'3" senior from Baltimore, Maryland. He had impressive showings and leading the Eagles with career highs, 33 points and 2 steals and 1 block shot and 1 assist in the 85-78 win over Southern last Thursday. A day earlier, he netted 15 points in a loss to number 5 Iowa. When we take a look at Tark, the 6'6" redshirt senior from Gaithersburg, Maryland, he had a team-high 9 rebounds, 2 block shots, and 5 steals as North Carolina Central Eagles gave Coppin State gave Duke a scare before falling 81-71 on Thanksgiving Day in Durham. And Matthews had a 18-point, 11-rebound double-double in Norfolk State's 83-73 victory over James Madison, a contest in which he had 2 steals, 2 blocks. And for the week, that saw the Spartans defeat Radford. Matthews averaged 10.7 rebounds, 1.5 block shots, and 1 steal. So kudos to those players over in the MEAC.
No doubt about it. Great news there. With that, as you talk about the MEAC, I'm gonna jump in here and give some facts and show out a little bit of basketball. My favorite matchup last week. I mean, obviously the MEAC had 3 Division I wins, 2 by Norfolk State, 2 of them against what I refer to as historic white college university. Obviously the other win that we just talked about, North Carolina Central. We got Coach in here. Come on in here, Coach. We got you ready. You smile a little bit. I know you ready. Get comfortable. You in the lab, baby. It goes down in the lab now. SWAC men's program have 3 Division I wins: Prairie View A&M, Alabama A&M. That's your Bulldogs there. You can smile again, Coach. Texas Southern University got a win just last night. Then you talk about on the women's side. You had 3 Division I wins by North Carolina Central, Morgan State. UMBC was who Morgan State women defeated. Interesting there, that UMBC is coached by Janetta Hayes Perry. She recently left Texas Southern University for that job over there in the rebuilding, just to tie in and let you know. See, Coach Pettaway, I do my homework. You know that, Coach. You
yeah. You on top of it. You on top of it.
You brought me in your office down there and say, look, man, I'm going to work with you. We're going to make this tournament work, boy. And I owe you. Look where I am now.
Yeah,
with that tutelage. And so you were tutelage people not only on the court, but off the court. So I appreciate you. Howard University had the other win. SWAC women have 2 wins. Arkansas Pine Bluff. They play tonight.
Coach Don Brown.
In Central Arkansas. So Alabama A&M women, as I said, those are the only 2 programs where you got Division I wins both out of the MEAC and SWAC, both on men's and women's. North Carolina Central, both men's and women's got win. And then you got Alabama A&M out of the SWAC. Both men's and women's got wins. Look, you talk about the win for Alabama A&M women. We got to put this out here now. Coach, I'm going to make you smile again. That was the top 11 team now. In-state program. Anytime you get a win over in-state program, Troy, and then mid-major, top 11, 15, I think they're top 11 at the time. You told everybody about this Alabama A&M women team. You said, look out now. So it looked like you looking like you in your old coaching days now. I told you got it going on. But also, Arkansas Pine Bluff had a big win over another in-state rival. And
Arkansas State,
Arkansas State. You need to get that in there. But what I want to talk about a little bit before we take a deep dive, and those that don't know, we're going to go back in a little history. My favorite game of the week, though, unfortunately, was not televised, but I watched the game streaming. And we texted a little bit about this, was North Carolina Central. Coach Lavelle Mouton defeats Southern coach Sean Woods 85-78 in overtime. Classic matchup. The game was no more than 7-8 points. First half that was where both teams went on run. Second half, man, it was tat for tat. 2, 3, 4 points either way. Literally last second bucket to tie it up, stops, went to overtime, and then Central just went red hot from the field. They shot like 85% in overtime. They went from like 44% to 51% in overtime, just to let you know how hot they got. Some of the key players in that matchup that you talked about watching that was points. Shivers, Ashante Shivers, 20 points, 7 of 17, 4 for 6 from the free throws. For North Carolina Central, you had CJ Kessler get it done with 33 big points, 12 of 16, 6 of 9. I know you like the numbers like that. You saw some players back in the day put up some numbers. So I know. Jaden Sadler came back as a guard. He had 8 rebounds as a guard now for Southern. 5 defensive rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds, 7 assists, had 3 turnovers. Not too bad, 38 minutes. Jordan Perkins for North Carolina Central, a guard, also had 6 rebounds, 5 defensive rebounds, 1 offensive rebound. He had 4 assists, 3 turnovers. That ratio right there will throw you off a little bit, but 39 minutes. And I bring this up, Coach. Do you recall during your tenure, I think it was your second trip as a Division II SIAC program out of Alabama A&M, going to the Elite 8, playing against North Carolina Central. Obviously, it didn't work out. They defeated you. Did you realize the freshman on that team?
The point guard. Yeah, the point guard. Yeah. And he was a coach on the floor then. He was a coach on the floor then.
I'm in the house. I'm a representative.
Right, I got you.
I brought it out the closet for you, Coach.
Yep. But no, you knew back then that this kid, you just watched what he did on the floor. He was a coach on the floor.
Wow.
So it does not surprise me about his success now, at his alma mater, because he was a coach then as a player.
That's amazing. That's amazing how history goes around. You only get that information in the lab and let you know.
And we're back to live action here at the Wellness Center in Miami Gardens on the campus of Florida Memorial University. Women International 31, Florida Memorial 30. Your halftime scores. Joined by my partner, Charles Bishop. Charles.
Yes, indeed.
All right, sir.
Okay. It looked like you froze for a quick second. But, you take a look at the halftime stats, and one of the things that jumps out at you, AD, is the fact that everything is very even, almost down the board. You take a look, Florida Weber International with 20 rebounds and Florida Memorial 21 rebounds. The thing that jumps out is the the points coming off the bench, 17 points for Florida Memorial. So that's really helped out the offensive cause going into this second half.
One thing that jumps out at me, especially considering the size advantage that Florida Memorial has, you would think they would be dominating in the paint. But Weber has 12 points in the paint. Florida Memorial only has 8 points in the paint right now. So other thing that's jumping out at me also is Weber has 8 fast break points to Florida Memorial's 2 fast break points.
Yeah, you'd like to see Florida Memorial get out and transition a little bit more and utilize that length, get those big, tall guys getting up and down the lanes, down court. So we'll see what happens in here in this second half, especially with regards to the rebounding, because like you mentioned, with the size and length that they have, you would expect for them to be doing more in the paint.
Yes. Weber International has the ball to open up the second half. ATN over in the corner to Miles, and the dismal three-point shooting continues for Weber International. That makes them 1 of 7 on the day. Urbina misses the 3, but gets his own rebound.
Good job.
Memorial takes the lead for the first time in this second half. That is their first lead since 31-30.
Mm-hmm. Got to close out there on defense.
And just like that, we've got another lead change. Weber takes the lead right back. Washington from deep puts Florida Memorial up 35-33.
I tell you what, that 3 ball has been falling. That's 6 of 14 now for Florida Memorial.
Yes. Got one thing that's going on. Was that it? Guess what, Charles? Another offensive foul. And I wish I would have been keeping tally. I really believe that is offensive foul number 7 called against Weber International on this particular day. You know, I think Florida Memorial coach has probably tipped off the referees about that in their pregame talk. I'll leave with the easy basket. Go ahead with that comment, Charles.
As well he should. That's sort of the things that you have to do as a coach. You have to throw out those gentle reminders, if you will, that, hey, make sure you look for these sorts of things.
Kind of reminds me of the old football coaches' days. Have you seen anything on film we need to watch out for?
Exactly.
Washington with the rebound. Shot from the corner for Clayton. Ali with the rebound. Now he winds up getting it cleared out. You know, that was a great job over there by Gilchrist, recognizing and running through to create space for Ali, even though he missed a shot right there.
Right. You were hoping Ali could kind of kick that back out and reset the offense, but it looks like he wasn't able to do that. But good defense here by Florida Memorial, trying to make sure they keep these Weber International guys off the boards.
Yeah, going back to that previous play, you know, that was probably one of the first clean looks Ali had that close to the basket all day. That's probably why he didn't pass the ball back out.
Well, I think Coach said, hey, if you're in the lane, man, I need you getting that ball up against the glass. Let's see what happens.
Oh,
nice move.
I thought so, but apparently the people at Stripes say he put down an extra foot on that move right there.
Wow, I didn't see any luggage with him, but if that's what they call, they call.
You didn't see the luggage because I guess he couldn't get through couldn't get through customs over there on that flight right there, Charles.
Exactly. That was surprising, but you go with what the referees say.
Great backcourt pressure there by Urbina. ATN over to Davis. Excuse me, that's Miles with the ball. The Toma. Back to Miles. Little bit too much body on that one right there.
Yeah,
he was trying to cut him off.
Yeah, that's again. That's getting into that defensive posture and really playing some good hard-nosed defense, sliding those feet, trying to stay in front of him. But it looks like he got a little handsy on that one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 16:52 remain in the ball game for the Memorial 37, Weber International 33.
Good job cutting off the back door there.
ATN into the lane, return to sender by Ali, and he gets out and runs the lane. Play over to Washington. Knockdown from the corner.
Nice job in transition.
And that is going to be an early timeout here in the second half. So we're going to take that same timeout, 16:35 remaining for the Memorial 40, Weber International 33. You're watching Lions basketball right here on the Black College Sports Network.
Have you had your Earth Blend coffee today? At Earth Blend Coffee, we take pride in offering you the very best of beans across the world, blended and roasted to perfection, giving you superior quality and satisfying and flavorful taste. Experience the world in one cup with Earth Blend Coffee.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
Early time out there by Weber International as they try to stop the run. Well, Florida Memorial gets the opportunity for the run to continue. I don't think Weber International was looking for that backcourt pressure coming out of that timeout, Charles. What you think about that?
Yeah, great call coming out of that timeout to have a little backcourt pressure. It caught them all by surprise. And like we said, you create another possession. You keep that flurry of points going. You keep the momentum going.
Florida Memorial with their largest lead of the day. It is 7 points. As this pretty much has been a one-possession ball game back and forth between both teams up until the last minute or so, where Florida Memorial has, quote-unquote, broken it open. At least for the first time in this game, one of these teams has broken it open. What we got a blocking call.
Well, a great job that time. Referees kind of bailed him out because he had his man over there in the corner. I just knew that was going to be a dribble drive and kick out for another three because they've been high from the three-point line.
Yeah, you know, at that point, I don't think I would not have mind seeing another three-point attempt because it would have definitely been a rhythm three. I don't think there was anybody within at least 10 to 12 feet of the man in the corner on the three. That man being Aubrey Washington over there for Florida Memorial. First free throw is up and good by Clayton. Second attempt is also good by Clayton. Florida Memorial 8 of 12 for the free throw line for today, shooting 67%. Weber a perfect 10 for 10 for the free throw line thus far in the game. Florida Memorial opens up their largest lead of the day, being 9 points. Weber International tries to make sure that they get a good possession this time. I don't think that's a shot that you wanted out of this possession. That air ball was by number 23, Chris Goddard.
Bad turnover.
ATN. You know, you got to put a body in front of ATN. He's a lot faster than he looks.
I mean, he got to the lane and got it up against the rim in a lightning flash. So, like you said, you got to get back on defense.
Steal by back, rejection by Urbina. Great job by Goddard to follow up. Don't assume that the basket is going in after the great defensive play by Urbina on the block. Washington, hey, nothing you can do about that. Pull-up jump shot, floating out of bounds. Good defense. That's just a better shot.
Dribble drive, raise up, and knock it down. Nice job by Washington.
Great backdoor play. Better defense. He got caught underneath. Nowhere to go with the ball. Clayton over the Mac. Washington. Another three-point attempt.
Why not?
Money ball. Money ball. Florida Memorial up 47-37.
When he's feeling it, feed him. Get it to the hot hand.
Hey, keep feeding. What you want for dessert there, Brother Washington? You already had the appetizer, and you're killing them for dinner right now. ATN, great pump fake. Saw the big man, had better thoughts. That time he gets his shot. Chris Goddard with the wide open three-point shot. Clayton into the lane, lost it. They're going to call the foul on Clayton on that one.
Okay.
Checking to make sure that everybody's okay. Clayton's still down on the ground. I tell you what, we're going to have a media timeout, and we're going to give the traders an opportunity to see what's wrong with Mr. Clayton right there. So, Charles, we're going to take a break right here. Your score, 47-40. Florida Memorial with the lead, 13:58 remaining. You're watching Lions basketball right here on the Black College Sports Network.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the...
How ironic we running y'all. All right, we're back. We're back here to live action, 13:58 remaining. Charles, tell us what you think is going on out there.
Well, I tell you, the Lions coming out of halftime, they've upped their three-point percentage. They're now shooting 43% from the three-point line. And we talked about them getting on the boards. They're out rebounding Weber International 29-23 right now.
Yeah. Ali checks out. Checking into the game is Tristan Stevens. Gets a run. Also into the game for Florida Memorial is Murad Berrien. Let's see. Checking into the game for Weber International is George Davey.
I tell you what, the Lions bench has been really getting it done in this game. 19 bench points to Weber International's 3. That's the story of the game right now.
Yes, definitely. Well, that's a little bit misleading though. You've got Quincy Urbina coming off the bench, who is good enough to be a starter, but I know when I coached basketball back in the day, I would take one of my starters and make him come off the bench. That way I always knew I had scoring and other things coming off the bench at the caliber of a starter to give me that extra spark early in the game.
No doubt about it. I was talking to Tamika Reed, and she was saying that 6-man, that is the heart and soul of the team. Got to have those points coming off the bench.
Definitely. Foul called on the rebound. That foul was on number 23. That's going to be Chris Goddard. That's his third personal, team third here in the second half. Buried over the back. Great up and under by back.
Nice athletic move and use the rim to protect the block shot there. Nice move by Matt.
Definitely. Well, it's kind of easy when there's nobody on the opposite side of the ring. Why not take it to the far side?
Precisely.
Hey, that was a great cut. Urbina should have, instead of going for the steal right there, he should have just relaxed. Knew he was gonna get the pass and try to put himself between him and the basket. That's the old pass or crash right there, Charles.
Yeah, a little bit out of control that time as Weber International player was able to hold his ground. But I tell you, the Lions are camped out of that three-point line right now.
Yeah, but despite all that hot shooting, Charles, we still only have a 7-point ball game, Charles. So a shot here, a turnover there, and this Weber team can get right back into the game.
Exactly, and that's the beauty of college basketball. You're never really out of it because, like I said, we see it all the time. Runs happen. So the Lions have to kind of brace themselves because we know a run is coming here from Weber International. Got to play good defense.
Great defense right there to cut him off, Terrence Clayton. Ali with another rebound. Kick to the corner, over to Washington, knocked down. You like how I called that before the ball was even in the net, Charles?
Yeah, you did. You saw it.
I saw it. You know, hey, when the man is hot, he's hot. You know what's coming next time he comes down, right? We're going to have a heat check coming up real soon, Charles.
That's the old Billy Hoyt. Leave that arm up there and let them know that you're hot.
Exactly. Let's see. We got the foul call. Who are they going to call that on? Bucket is good. They're going to call that on Mr. Ali. They said he got him on the slap down right there.
I tell you, sometimes with Ali's length, all he has to do is just extend those arms, make them shoot around him instead of slapping down on it.
Another rebound for Ali. You know, he's got the rebound half of the double. Now we just need to see if he's going to get the points half for the double-double today.
You got to feed him down low. Let him get those easy buckets.
Clayton. Back. Back has the ball up high. Try to get the ball down to Ali. What we got? I think we got a foul. Yes, we do. That's going to be on number 24. That is George Davey. He had more than a fistful of jersey on that as he was trying to defend Ali, as Ali had him deep in the paint.
Yeah, I was about to say he had perfect position on him, had him pinned deep. That was the only thing he could do was try to get the foul because that was going to be an easy bucket.
Yeah, if not a dunk.
Exactly.
Yes. Coach says, no, I want Mac to take the ball out right here. So we're going to have Mac taking the ball out. Tristan Stevens, he put it inside. Now we got more. I don't know if it's trash talking. I think he just said, hey, y'all, let them clean the floor up before y'all start doing all this bumping and grinding and trash talking and everything in there.
Yeah, I was just waiting on the screens to start happening before I looked up and saw that they were over there working on the court over
there. and shout out to the people who are here cleaning the floors and doing all the other stuff so that we can have a game move as efficiently as possible because, you know, in this COVID-19 where everybody who's in this arena is potentially putting themselves in harm's way so these kids can play the game that they love.
No doubt about it. Like you said, kudos. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Washington finally misses one. Clayton, great to get back, Mr. Clayton right there. Extra pass. Great defense. Hey, that defense by Mac passing through forced a bad shot.
Yes, it did. That was a great job that time by Mac.
Offensive foul called against Tristan Stevens.
Yes, Stevens that time got caught a little bit too deep and was a little out of control. Wasn't able to find a man to pass it back out to, and that was an easy call that time for the ref.
And I think it was even more compounded. I think he kind of lost the ball going up. And in his concentration trying to regather the ball, did not see the player slide up under him there.
Right. Sometimes just kind of getting control of your body, that is such a tough thing for basketball players to really try to, master that, if you will. So hopefully going forth, you really can play in transition under control.
Yeah. Shake Cavey into the game now for the first time in the second half for Florida Memorial. That's a definite size advantage out here for Florida Memorial. You've got Bubashar Ali, number 21, going at 7 foot. You got Shake Cavey at 6'9", and then you've got Quincy Urbina at 6'7". That's your front line right now, Charles. Wouldn't you like to have that over there, one of those SWAC schools that you love so much?
Of course. I mean, all that length, and then you play in the passing lanes. That's what you want to see. That's especially just to have those arms all over the place.
I think that ball was deflected away. Couldn't quite tell if it hit the side of the goal or what. Hey, way to get the big guys up in the air. You had not one, not two, but all three big guys up in the air right there. Rasheem Etienne with the great move to draw the foul.
The pump fake is the big man's worst wish. So great job that time by the Weber International player getting the guys up and be able to draw the foul that time.
Yeah. As a little man myself when I played basketball, I don't think there was anything that was more embarrassing after you pump fake, and they still don't bite off of it, though. So
right.
Great job by getting them to bite.
They say that is a horrible feeling. Gosh, they didn't bite. You got to pass it out.
No, what's even worse when you didn't have anybody to pass it out to. Both free throws up and good by Etienne. 1 minute after cuts it down to 6. Clayton, elbow jump shot, no good. Cavey, rebound, draws the foul. Cavey gets to go to the line for 2 shots right there.
That was a nice job by Cavey with that rebound in traffic, going up strong. That's what you want to see.
Cavey shooting just under 70% for the free throw line for the season. I'm glad I didn't jinx him, Charles.
You saw I was quiet.
Exactly. I was waiting on you to come bail me out, but I see you out there. You left me out there solo. I'm glad I was able to handle my business with that stat right there.
Hey, great job. Way to go. Assist to the play-by-play.
There you go. 54-46, just under 10 minutes remaining in the ball game. Florida Memorial over Weber International. Great pass to the assistant coach.
Good defense.
Okay, you say good defense. I say great pass to the assistant coach. While we debate whether that was a good pass or great defense, we're going to take a break. 9:43 remain in the ball game. Florida Memorial 54, Weber International 46. You're watching live basketball right here on the Black College Sports Network.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
It was a monumental game for A&M and Tampa. It was a monumental game. Somebody had to lose, and thank God it was them this time.
We knew it was going to be a battle. Look at Jake Gaither's record. 202 and 36, I think, some off-the-wall figures.
And nobody would play him because they didn't want to take a chance of getting beat. But the truth of it is,
over 46,000 tickets. Blacks were sitting on in the east stands. The whites were sitting in the west stands, and the score wound up 34-28.
The only thing we proved that we wasn't inferior, that we were not inferior, and we were not afraid.
For one night.
We're back to live action. 9:43 remain in the ball game. Hey, I want to give a shout out to our camera person over there, Danielle Sutherland, who's just sitting over there just listening to us fumble through all this stuff that we got going on over here, Charles.
Thank you very much, camera person. I appreciate everything you're doing for me.
Yes. Back with the miss from 3-point land right there. ATN over the bows. That's some of that UCLA action that you like to see there, Charles.
Yeah, I love to see the movement. I love to see the motion.
Yeah.
Little ball screen action from time to time, and just keep the ball flowing, keep the juice going in the ball.
Here's something important to I want you to keep in mind, Charles. There's 9-10 remaining in the ball game. Webber International is in the bonus, so they'll be shooting for the rest of the game. They are 12 for 13 from the free throw line thus far in the game. They can easily get back into this game and take control of this game from right there at the charity stripe, Charles.
Great point, AD. I looked and saw that they were in the bonus with 9 minutes left. That makes it doubly tough for the Lions in terms of trying to play some aggressive defense because, like you said, you can do the dirty work from the free throw line.
Yes, and it helps when you're making your free throws. That's only the second miss of the day out of 15 attempts. Urbina.
Oh, wow.
Nice stop and pop. Watch yourself, Mr. Urbina.
He's feeling himself. He's feeling himself.
There's nothing wrong with feeling yourself, but you got to make sure that you're not jawing at the opponent and trying to show them up because referees have been known to give out teas like candy for stuff like that.
Yes, they will.
Oh, I don't know how.
Wow.
He saw him cutting right there. But that was thread the needle. That's what you call thread the needle right there.
Oh, wow. Now, you talk about thread the needle. I wonder if that went through somebody's legs. That was a heck of a pass.
No, it didn't go through somebody's legs. It actually, from where I was at, it went between them.
Oh, nice move.
What to finish? Sam Mack.
Good job, Sam Mack. Little pump fake. Take it to the rim.
Back with 11 points on the day. Third leading score. As the Lions have 3 players in double digits with 7 minutes remaining in the ball game.
That's a good defense.
Another
Great
turnover.
Point guard fed him into another defender, and another defender steps up right there, nowhere to pass it to, and that's that length. I love it.
Webber International calls a timeout. We're going to take one also. 7:45 remaining. Florida Memorial 58. Webber 49. You're watching Lions basketball on the Black College Sports Network.
Shop Velvet Online Women's Boutique to spice up your closet with trendy, unique looks. We have fashionable and chic looks at very affordable prices. Velvet Boutique offers free shipping all year long on all orders. Shop online at www.melvetboutique.com. That's www.melvetboutique.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. Shop Velvet Online Women's Boutique.
This is Ryan Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
We are back. For the first time in 62 years, the Florida Memorial Lions will hit the gridiron. And
we're back to live action. 7:45 remain in the ball game.
Webber International took their first time out of the day right there. Charles, you're under 8 to go. What's it going to take for Florida Memorial to go ahead and pull this victory out?
Well, I think some of the things that I'm taking a look at is if he hits that 3, rebounding, getting those second chance points, those deals that keep possessions alive. That I think that helps Florida Memorial going down the stretch, as well as just kind of massaging the clock. You don't have to, work it down too far, but you got to massage a little bit, take some air out of the ball. And again, you mentioned it earlier. Webber has an opportunity now to kind of make up points from the free throw line, being in the penalty. So we'll see how that looks going down the stretch.
Now we got to flip the script, Charles. Unfortunately, I got to ask you this: what can Florida Memorial do to give it away? What do they need to not do to give it away?
One thing that always concerns me is turnovers. You can get sloppy and allow a team to get back in. It's only a 7-point lead, and you got to expect Webber at some point to kind of turn up the pressure a little bit, even in the backcourt. So we'll see how that goes down the stretch, because what I've seen is coaches like to press a little bit and kind of turn the tempo up as we get toward the latter part of the second half.
Yeah, especially going into that last media timeout that we're going to have coming up in the next couple of minutes.
Try to speed things up a little bit.
Exactly. And once again, whoever goes to the line, Charles, you've been spot on with that analysis right there. These free throws.
And Webber's been getting it done at the free throw line. So this is a concern going down the stretch.
Jalen Miles is the first. Checking back into the game is the BCSN preseason All-American, Bubashar Ali. Also checking back into the game is Muhammad Gilchrist. Go ahead, Charles.
Webber's now 14 of 17 from the free throw line, and they've cut that lead down to 6. I think the biggest lead that Florida Memorial had in the second half was a 10-point lead. So you gotta be able to take a little air out the ball, get some extra possessions, create a turnover here and there, and keep control of this game.
That 83% free throw percentage definitely making up for the 36% shooting from the field.
Exactly. Great job.
Nice drive. Nice pull up there by Washington. Washington with 19 points on the day.
I tell you, he's been getting it done in the lane and on the three-point line.
Oh. I think they're going to call that one on Ali. Yes, that's only his second for the day, so he's good. Go ahead with that, Charles.
Well, yeah, with Florida Memorial being in the penalty, you see the aggression now with Webber really trying to get to the free throw line. They're really working it here. 60-55 here with 6:31 left.
Yeah, I mean, knock this down. It's a 4-point ball game.
Exactly.
And just like that, maybe we put the jinx on Webber. They're finally starting to miss some free throws and cool off a little bit.
Exactly. They've been doing so well from the free throw line. Maybe that is the heebie-jeebie, if you will.
Well, that's the only thing keeping them in the game, honestly, Charles.
Right, exactly.
Right, rebound by Ali. Puts it back up and in.
Second chance points. That's what you want to see.
That's only his 6th point of the contest.
Fight through the screen. Good job.
Long 2-pointer. Jalen Miles. That was a 3 from the old 3-point line, Charles. But
right.
The line, that's a 2-pointer. Hey, y'all better hurry up and get it across. Okay, they got it across.
Tough shot.
That's what you call hot.
Wow.
The only way you hit that shot, fall it away, left to your left-hand side, is if you hot right now, Charles.
Exactly. I tell you, stick a thermometer in his mouth. He's running a little fever. He's hot out there.
Yeah, he's almost playing like, I'm going to go old school on you on this one. Remember Benny Johnson, Charles?
Yeah, the microwave.
The microwave. That's what we got going.
Aubrey microwave Washington for the rest of this game. And that was Mubashir Ali's third foul. And I'm not going to call them cheap, but the fouls that they've called on Ali, he has definitely not gotten his money's worth out of those fouls today.
Not at all. I call them contact fouls, where the offensive player creates the contact, and sometimes you get that call from the referee, and you get that and one.
I like that. I like that analogy. Contact fouls. I've never thought about it like that, but that's a great analogy there. At the line for the and one is Terrence Lakes. Well, maybe Weber's cooling off on the free throw line.
Yeah, maybe when it counts.
hey, when the game gets tight like this is when it gets tough.
Exactly. Sometimes the trunks shrink a little bit as you go down the stretch.
.506 remaining.
Only a 4-point game here, AD. So it's still very much a game going down the stretch here.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And you got more substitutions. They're trying to steal this last little bit of rest before they get to that last media timeout, and then you're going to see them go with the horses for the end of the day. Both teams. Ali with another offensive rebound. Can't quite get the conversion though.
Now, I thought Ali was going to create a little contact with that and get to the line, but to no avail. Good defense. Great defense.
Now, you think this is a little bit early to try to run clock, Charles?
Well, I think you still want to stay aggressive. I start kind of looking to take the air out of the ball once I get inside 3 minutes. But right now, you still got enough time to still stay aggressive. So I wanted to see Washington with the ball in his hands and see what he could do off the dribble. Maybe a little ball screen action and get him something in the lane. Got to go with the hot man.
I got to. You got to. So I think option number one is going to be Washington. Option number two is going to be Mac. And then you always got to watch out for Mr. Ali.
Always.
I'll tell you what. We're down. This is our last media time out for the day. So we're going to take a break. We're going to try to pay some bills. And then we're going to come back and tell you our keys to victory. Right after these messages, you're watching Lions basketball on the Black College Sports Network.
We are back. For the first time in 62 years, the Florida Memorial Lions will hit the gridiron. And their home games will be streamed by the Black College Sports Network at www.fmuathletics.com, www.mybcsn.net, and on the MyBCSN app, available on Google Play and the Apple App Store.
Have you had your Earth Blend coffee today? At Earth Blend Coffee, we take pride in offering you the very best of beans across the world, blended and roasted to perfection, giving you superior quality and satisfying and flavorful taste. Experience the world in one cup with Earth Blend Coffee.
We're back here to live action. 4:04 remaining in the ball game. 11 seconds remain on the shot clock for Florida Memorial. Inside to Ali. Best inbounds play you can have, just didn't get the conversion.
Yeah, tough luck that time for Ali.
Charles, give me a key to victory, a key or two to victory for Florida Memorial.
Yeah, I want to see the ball in Aubrey Washington's hands. He's definitely been the hot man, 21 points thus far in the game. And I tell you what, he's playing with a load of confidence. So I love to see the ball in his hands, see if he can get some ball screens and free him up to get those jumpers going.
As Weber International cuts it to 2 points. The key to victory for Weber International is going to be, A, they got to continue the hot shooting for the free throw line and get back to the ball movement that they had early in the game to create those opportunities.
Huge.
Rebound and put back by Akbaye Ebenezer. Let's see if Florida Memorial can tighten up this defense just a little bit. Don't over-tighten the screw. There we go. Speaking of
there
it,
you go.
Right on cue. He must have been listening to me down there on the floor.
I think he was. The coaching came out that time.
well, you know, the arenas are so empty. Maybe they can't hear us down there. I'm going to give you credit on that one, Mr. Charles. You called it. You said you wanted the ball in his hand.
Yes,
the ball is in his hand. And good things have happened when the ball has been in his hand on this particular day.
I tell you what, Aubrey Washington playing with a load of confidence. I love to see the ball in his hands right now.
Ooh, I'm not 100% sure about that call. Yes, run away, young man, before you say something stupid, because I know I would on that play.
Yeah, it looked like good defense, and again, AD, one of those contact fouls. You hate to see those type fouls around this time of the game. 2:20 left.
Yes. Oh, and to top this off, Charles, Terrence Clayton has just fouled out the game on that play.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So that was the frustration that he had while he was running away.
Well, I tell you what, he definitely has a right to feel frustrated on that one, because I thought he played great defense, forced him to the baseline, and unfortunately, Weber International player, he got bailed out on that.
Yeah, Murad Berry checked in for Clayton on that particular play. As Mack is waiting at the table to come back in. Definitely got to get him in for this stretch run.
No doubt about it.
Nine seconds, 8 seconds on the shot clock. It's not a bad shot. Not the person who you probably won't take it, but it was not a bad shot.
Right, not a bad shot at all. Sometimes you want to see him put that thing off the glass and bank it in, but not a bad shot at all.
Looks like we got another bailout call right there, Charles. This time, Mr. Washington with the foul. And mark this down, Charles. 1:41 to go. That's Aubrey Washington's fourth foul.
And that's something to be very concerned about. Your hot man here in the second half, Aubrey Washington, with 23 points. Now he has 4 fouls. And you got to have him on the floor going down the stretch.
Yes, definitely got to keep him on the floor. At the free throw line, Jalen Miles. Free throws are keeping this team in the game.
And more importantly, is stopping the clock.
Yes, stopping the clock. Go give you a quick reset as we get ready to go down this stretch here, Charles. Florida Memorial has 3 timeouts remaining. Weber International has 4 timeouts remaining. But Florida Memorial does have the next possession arrow, should we get to that spot.
That's really important. Have that possession arrow going down the stretch.
Both teams are shooting free throws for the remainder of the game. But Florida Memorial is shooting the 1-and-1, whereas Weber is shooting the double bonus. Matt, they're doing a good job keeping Ali off the boards right now.
Yeah.
Urbina, great defense by Urbina. Washington handles the ball, running the break. That might be the first bad shot that he's taken the second half. As a point guard, I wish I would have seen him pull it out and run some clock at that point.
I thought that's what he was going to do, but I guess he's feeling it. So, he went back up with it. But like you said, I want to see him burn some clock.
No, they're not going to give him the timeout. He lost possession of the ball as he was trying to call the timeout. Berrien did. Let's see. We got a timeout. Who called that timeout? Weber International called that timeout right there. We're going to stay right here, Charles. We're going to talk through this timeout right here. All right, Charles. if you're over in that Florida Memorial huddle, what are you telling these players for this last 58.3 we need to focus on right now?
I think the big thing is you want to stay in front of your defenders, and if you can get some help, play those passing lanes and close out. Close out. I think that's the big thing is close out on those 3-point shooters that'll be camped out. You're only Weber only down 3 right now, and I'm sure they're going to be looking for that big shot to try to get that dribble drive and find somebody on the off side of the court. So very important for Florida Memorial to play some great defense, move those feet, and hopefully, the referees will not bail out the Weber Warriors here down the stretch.
Now, coming back down on the other end, when you have the ball coming back, what do you try to do on the offensive end?
I've said I love the ball in Aubrey Washington's hands. I would love to see Ali with a little screen action, if you will, and let him roll to the basket and see if you can put Weber in a precarious situation where you got Washington and Ali both are rolling to the basket. Only good things I think will happen. Even if you have a missed shot, you got Ali rolling, trying to get the rebound and get a second chance opportunity. So I like to see a little two-man action here with the Lions going down the stretch.
All right, two-man game. Well, Washington is not on the court right now as Coach Alameda has probably his best defensive lineup on the floor right now as they try to maintain the lead. That's the best way to put it. But expect Mr. Washington to come back in as soon as they get possession.
Exactly.
And probably you want the ball in ATN's hand if you are Weber. You can't go for the steal right there.
No, you can't.
Oh, great job. Trying to bounce it off his leg, but he did not get it. Better recognition by the coach.
Yeah, I got to call timeout.
Got to call timeout to get it.
Well, the good thing about this timeout is you get to get Aubrey Washington back in on the offensive possession. So how many timeouts do the Lions have left now?
Lions have 2. Weber International has 3 remaining now.
Okay.
All right.
Good strategic use of a timeout there.
Now, here's one thing I want you to note, Charles. There are 26 seconds remaining on the shot clock. They're putting the ball in from the corner. They only have 6 seconds to get the ball across, Charles. You do not get a fresh 10 by calling a timeout. You still have to get the ball across before it has 20. So I'm going to expect some backcourt pressure by Weber International to see if they can get that 10 call or force Florida Memorial to do something with the ball they do not want to do, which will cause a turnover.
Yeah, definitely expect some backcourt pressure here to try to create a turnover here for Weber. What I always like to see when you have the ball where it is here on the court is to have that outlet person opposite corner. Sometimes that is a person that is kind of forgotten. So it'll be kind of interesting to see if they're able to inbound the ball and get it completely on the opposite side of the court, because it forces them into sort of a chase position, if you will, because I'm expecting them to have an extra defender here in the front court.
Yes. And they got one man deep who's off screen right now. And they're guarding the inbound. They're not guarding Mack over as Florida Memorial's running a 4 cross.
Move.
Get the ball to Washington. What we got? Okay, I don't know if we got a foul or out of bounds. I couldn't quite see the signal.
He didn't get it across half court yet, has he?
No, we still got 2 seconds remaining on the shot clock. The ball was out of bounds. It's going to be Florida Memorial's ball. They've got 2 seconds to get the ball across. If you're Weber International, you want to
Oh wow.
Charles.
Did he sell it, AD?
When do the Oscars occur? I know everything is off because of COVID right now. I just want to know when the next Oscars occur so that we can go ahead and send in this tape.
A little Tom Hanks action that time, best actor.
Now,
wow.
What they're over there discussing is, was the ball alive or was the ball still dead? Because if the ball was still dead, then it becomes 2 shots and the ball. If the ball had been given to the inbound person, then it's just a foul. And it's an offensive foul, which means there would be no free throws. So they're gonna sort this out. And I'm gonna see if I can pick up on this. It's gonna be very crucial for them to figure out where the ball was at the time of the whistle to determine whether free throws are merited or not merited after this play right here, Charles.
Yeah, this is a very, very crucial meeting of the minds here with the referees, and we'll see what happens if it sort of tilts in the Lions' favor on this, because I hate those calls. And you would love to see the guys kind of play it out down the stretch.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, Charles. From up here, I can't give me the help because there were so many players between the ball and us. I couldn't tell whether he had actually handed the ball to the person who was throwing the ball in or not. I really have no opinion. Looks like they're gonna go with the original call. It's just an offensive foul, a player control foul, which means this is a player control foul. There are no free throws shot on this particular foul.
So you get an opportunity to play good, hard-nosed defense right here, ball denial.
Yeah, 30.1 on the game clock, 30 seconds on the shot clock. So essentially, Weber can hold this ball for the last shot of the game. Five-second call? No, got the timeout before the 5-second call. That referee had to be on about 4.8 or 4.9 on that particular play, Charles.
I tell you what, that was a nice switch at the top of the key that time that denied that pass in. And I think you're right. He was on about 4.8 seconds before they got the timeout.
Yes, and we're gonna stay right here with this action because I'm gonna be honest with you. This is what you want in the ball game.
Oh, yes.
And thank God the team that we're broadcasting for has the lead right now. You could be on the other side of it.
Exactly. The stress level goes down by 1.
Yes. Just to let you know what's out there on the floor right now, you got Mubashir Ali at 7 feet right now. Sheikh KB at 6'9". You've got Quincy Urbina at 6'7". You've got Sam Mack at 6'4", and you've got Ebenezer Agbayane at 6'8", Charles. Talk about length on the defensive squad. Anything Weber International gets over those trees, they're gonna earn it.
Yeah, I was about to say, with that defensive lineup out there, Weber International definitely will have to earn whatever points they're trying to get here. But this is smart substituting here by Florida Memorial's coaching staff.
And they got very good lateral movement also. So it's not like they're just big and stiff. See,
Urbina,
as we say, Urbina's jumping into the passing lane. As much as we've talked about him jumping those passes and leaving the team out of position, he almost got the one that he needed right there.
Exactly.
Let's see if they make a switch up top. No, they're going to let him fight through the screen.
That's the way to fight through. Good defense.
Oh, we got a foul in the trap. We got the foul before he hit the ground.
I tell you what, AD, Urbina really impressed me that time. He really fought through a nice screen to really close out on that jump shot, wild errant shot, and the Lions were able to get that rebound.
That shot was thrown up by Jalen Miles. But, Charles, if you put your defensive squad on the floor, isn't that what you expect from them?
That's what you want. That is exactly what you expect with all that length. You expect for them to be dogs on the defensive end of the court.
Maybe with the important 2 free throws. Whoa, we got multiple violations. Let's see. Now let's see who they called the violation on first, because both Green and White was in the paint. On the make on the free throw. So.
Oh boy, this is a huge call right here.
Haven't we just been in this situation just like a second ago when we had to get
Exactly.
together to make a crucial play? And the big thing is, first of all, you do not have replay at this level. Even though we got a great shot of it up here on the BCSN monitor, but they've got to put together, go with what they saw in their mind, and make a call and sell it. Okay, he called a double violation.
Wow.
Which means if there's a double violation, you go to the arrow. But because they went to the arrow, and we said this about a minute ago, White had the next arrow. Florida Memorial had the next arrow, so Florida Memorial gave the ball off of the possession area.
Wow.
Florida Memorial up 68-65. 12 seconds remain in the ball game. They're probably I think they're going to give them the ball on the baseline, Charles.
Who's my best free throw shooter?
Going down the stats, and I'll try to pull them out as they come out the huddle to see who he actually puts on the floor. But I know Mr. Washington is definitely going to be in the game. He's shooting 75% on the season. Travis Clayton has found out he's actually the best free throw shooter on the season, shooting at 80%. And then after that, Charles, honestly, it's pick your poison.
Okay. Anything 70% and above, I want them out there on the court.
So you're probably going to see Washington double, as they're probably not going to let him try to touch the ball since he is the best free throw shooter. Do not expect Weber to go on the inbounds right here.
So put your coaching hat on real quick. If they double Washington, how do we free him up? How do we get him open?
You've got to start here opposite and run him off a couple of baseline picks. I'd run a 1-4 set right here if this is me. And run here and start him in the opposite corner, run him to the ball side. They're going to run a stack instead. They're going to run a broken stack, as I like to call it. Notice who's not in the game is Mubashar Ali. They're going to throw the ball. You got to go foul him. Tristan Stevens shooting 50% on the season. So, hey, all we need is 1 or 2 right here.
Yeah. You just need at least get this thing to a 4-point lead.
But the problem is, it's 1-1. So you've got to hit the first one.
Yeah.
You've got to hit the first one. Florida Memorial, 1 timeout remaining. Weber has 2 timeouts remaining. Expect Weber to call the timeout if they get this rebound and he misses his first one. Well, Weber forgot to do the one most important thing there, Charles.
You gotta block out.
You gotta block out, and you have to secure the rebound.
Yes, indeed.
Now, even though that's the 19th foul, this is a shooting foul. So it's a little bit less pressure knowing that you have this second free throw.
Right.
To ice the game. 7.6 remaining.
Dribble, bend your knees, deep breath, put it over the rim.
Nothing more to say. And you know, you can't even turn around and shush the crowd because there is no crowd to shush right now.
Right.
And all the noise that you hear is from the Weber women's basketball team. And exactly what I said was going to happen. Timeout as soon as it was touched. 7.1 remaining, and we haven't taken a break. I don't need to take a break. I want to stay here and break this game down and see if we can get up out of here in this 7.3 seconds. Because, Sean, I don't know about you. I don't like overtime.
I don't like overtime either. I want to see my defensive squad out there really ball pressure and really force a bad shot here. This will be interesting. When you have, AD, this amount of time left, what is it that I'm looking for Weber to do here on this inbound?
You want to get the ball somewhere between half court and the top of the key or in the back court to give yourself space to get the ball up. Expect to see two people streaking down the sideline and somebody around the free throw line. Because if you can get the ball to somebody on the opposite free throw line and then a kick out, because you've got enough time to do that. But also, keep in mind, Weber has another timeout. They can actually get the ball up around half court and call a timeout.
Call another timeout, yeah.
And set up another play. Now, person to pay attention to is ATN. He's all the way down under the opposite basket. So let's see if he comes streaking all the way up. And he does. Around half court. Looks like a play I drew up once upon a time. That's not the shot that you wanted, though.
Right.
I don't think he realized how much time he had on the clock. That being Miles right there.
Yeah, I didn't like that shot whatsoever, but it works out in the Lions' favor.
Now, if you are Weber, there's only two things you can do right now. Hope for a five call, or get the ball thrown out of bounds. That's going to be ball game, Charles. That was very anticlimactic after all.
Very. Wow.
Your final score, Florida Memorial 68, Weber International. Right now, we're gonna take a quick break, Charles, and then we're gonna come back and we're going to break down the stats and the facts from the games, and then we're gonna call it a night. So 68-65, Florida Memorial Lions with the victory. We'll be right back in just a moment.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube, Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
They played
It was a monumental game for A&M and Tampa. It was a monumental game. Somebody had to lose. And thank God it was them this time.
We knew it was going to be a battle. Look at Jake Ave's record. 202 and 36, I think. Some off-the-wall figures.
And nobody would play him because they didn't want to take a chance of getting beat. But the truth of it is,
over 46,000 tickets. Blacks were sitting in the east stands. Whites were sitting in the west stands. And the score wound up 34-28.
The only thing we proved that we wasn't inferior, that we were not inferior, and we were not afraid.
For one night, for 160 minutes, we was better than them.
Shop Velvet Online Women's Boutique.
68-65, your Florida Memorial Lions over Weber International here on this particular day. Charles, tough one. It was a tough game until the end where it got anticlimactic in those last couple of seconds there. But Florida Memorial has now raised their record to 2-5 overall, 2-2 in conference, but most importantly, undefeated at home, 2-0 at home, and those two wins just happen to be conference wins. Charles, as you take a look at the final stats from the day, give us a couple of things that stick out in your mind.
Well, Aubrey Washington, he put on a show today, 23 points, and I tell you, he was electricity in terms of taking care of the basketball and getting points, especially when Florida Memorial really needed points. And then the 17 rebounds from Mubashir Ali. I mean, I think he was able to I was looking, hopefully trying to get him to that double-double, but I'll take the 17 rebounds any day. A nice win, and, it's always a great win when you take care of home in front of the home fans, if you will, or what is there of the home fans. So a great win for Florida Memorial tonight.
Which is called the home stream, since that's where everybody's watching.
There you go, exactly.
On the stream right now. But yes, great job. I'll tell you what else got me. Quincy Urbano also contributed with 13 points. Sam Mack with 11 points on the day. So, Urbana had six rebounds to go along with those 13 points. So it was more than just Aubrey Washington. Aubrey Washington done it. Let's give the man credit. He got hot when he needed to get hot to carry this team, but it wasn't like he was doing it out there alone, Charles.
And to your point, I think Quincy Urbina, with the defensive play of the game, fighting through that screen and forcing that bad three-point shot, and Florida Memorial was kind of able to take control of the game down the stretch, and they weren't able to do it at the free throw line, but it was on that particular offensive possession for the Weber Warriors that Quincy Urbina really showed big, fighting through the screen and forcing that bad shot.
Yeah. Leading the way for Weber International was Rasheem Etienne with 20 points, Jalen Miles with 17 points, and Eddie Davis with 10 points. On the rebounding side for Weber International, Etienne had 8 rebounds, Eddie Davis had 6 rebounds. Your leading assist man for Weber International. I've called this name a couple of times. You want to take a guess who led them in assists there, Charles?
My guess would be Mr. Etienne.
There you go. Mr. Etienne led him in assists. Had 5 assists on the day. So and he led him in steals also. So Etienne led Weber International all over the place. Weber International is now 5-6 on the season, 2-3 in the Sun Conference.
Yes, Etienne, he's a real stat stuffer, real nice ball player. Like you said, he led them in assists, rebounds, points. He really got it done and was trying to help his Warriors get that win today, but to no avail.
Yes. For Florida Memorial, they next will play on Tuesday at Kaiser University, which is right up the road at West Palm Beach. And then they travel to Lakeland to play RV Southeastern University. That game will be after everybody's gotten done with finals. That'll be on the 19th of December as they finish off the calendar year with the schedule. One thing that I could say that I hope that they get to working on is going to be they've got to get a little bit better from the free throw line.
Right.
They shot a decent percentage from the free throw line, but this game was a lot closer because Florida Memorial was missing their free throws. Weber made all their free throws, it seemed like.
Yeah, and it was a good thing that didn't become more of a storyline because, like you said, Weber was able to hit their free throws. And like you said, free throws, high school coach, free throws are free for a reason. Go ahead and knock them down. So you gotta make hay when you're at the free throw line.
Yes. One other thing as I look through this, and this is the surprising stat of the day, actually, for me, Charles. Weber International actually outscored Florida Memorial in the paint 32-22. That's just when you consider the length and size of Florida Memorial, you would expect them to be dominating anybody in the paint. But Florida Memorial did outscore them with bench points 27-5.
Yeah, that 27-5 is an underline that I tell you what, when you get that sort of production off your bench, it really goes a long way toward getting a victory, and that propelled them obviously tonight with Florida Memorial. But like you said, going forward in the season, you really want them to toughen up in the lane and be able to get those points in there and use that length to your advantage. So we'll see what Florida Memorial is able to do going through, because they really do. They really have a nice ball club to me. I really would love to continue watching them as we go through the season here.
Yeah. You talk about getting tough in the paint. One last stat. Florida Memorial did out-rebound them ultimately 47-38. 16 of those were offensive rebounds, 31 of those 47 were defensive rebounds. So those are those tough points that you talk about being tough. When you consistently out-rebound somebody, you have to be tough.
Yeah, those second chance opportunities to give you a chance to either go back up on the boards or get to the free throw line. Those are so important in college basketball. So kudos to the Florida Memorial team in terms of out rebounding Weber, because at halftime it was neck and neck.
Yeah, I can't remember who was winning at halftime, but I remember there's a one rebound difference at
the
half.
One rebound difference, no doubt.
Yeah, I don't remember which team was up, but speaking of those second chance points, Florida Memorial won that battle 15-8. So, Charles, as we wait on Coach Alameda to come up here, and we're gonna let you sign off in just a moment, but I just want to once again tell everybody about the two shows that you do out there inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Dr. Cavil's inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop, and about your show with the 1400 Club. Tell everybody about those.
No doubt about it. Every Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Central, as Dr. Cavil's inside the HBCU Sports Lab, the definitive source for all things HBCU sports and the HBCU sports business, where we take a deep dive all the way from administrators to coaches to players, and everybody in between that really looks at HBCU sports and HBCU sports business. And then I also do co-host Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club, which is a Jackson State University podcast where we take a look at everything with regards to Jackson State athletics, from football to softball and everything in between. We talk to the coaches, we talk to the players, we talk to former players, because part of Jackson State athletics is really bridging the gap with that history to the now. So we really enjoy doing that.
And where can they find those two shows that you speak of, Charles?
On all social media platforms. You can find us, Dr. Cavil's inside the HBCU Sports Lab on Facebook Live every Tuesday, as well as YouTube. You can always see us on YouTube, Twitter, as well as Instagram, and Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club. You can catch us on Spotify and all podcast outlets, be it the Google podcast outlets, but all podcast outlets. You could always find us on any of those services. So by all means, check us out. We got some great content with Dr. Cavil. Great interviews coming up. Every week it is a deep dive in terms of the greatness that is HBCU athletics. And then with the Jackson State podcast, we really take a deep dive into the history of whether it's football, basketball, baseball, softball, or whatever the case might be, and the now. And we really try to bridge the older generation to the new generation and really provide a service that, unfortunately, Jackson State, with their local media coverage, doesn't always get.
I got you. And inside HBCU Sports Lab is a member of the Black College Sports Network also. Just wanted to
Yes,
throw that
indeed.
out there.
Yes, indeed. No doubt about that. Want to make sure I say that.
Yeah. Coach Elamine has just arrived. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Charles, did you want to stay around with the interview for us?
Sure.
Okay, I'll tell you what, we're going to take a quick 30-second break while they get everything set up. And then we'll come back with Coach Alamine and Coach Washington. Are they ready? Oh, well, we're not going to take a break, Charles. We're going to go right into it. Okay. Due to social distancing, just to let everybody know, Charles and I are off camera. Good job of taking a hint there, Mr. Washington, and Coach Elamine and Aubrey Washington are on camera. So there's not enough space for everybody to get on camera. First of all, gentlemen, can you guys hear me?
Perfectly, yes, sir.
All right. Okay, we're gonna do them separately. We're gonna talk to Coach Alamede first. Joining us, Coach Alamede is Charles Bishop, who called the game for us. All right, and
Yeah.
t- t-
Yeah.
oh, Coach Alamede, I guess y'all got some swag rules. We gonna let y'all keep all that stuff off camera. We gotta make sure we stay on camera
Yes,
and
sir.
stay on task. First of all, tough victory today, Coach.
Yes, it
This
was.
was a nip and tuck and grind game. First half, no one led by more than one possession the entire first half. You guys got to run early in the second half and was able to basically hold on through that. Just kind of talk about the grind that you guys had today to pull out this victory.
Well, first off, thank you. I mean, we're obviously happy to be here, but we knew it was going to be a tough game against them. They're a very gritty team. They went on a winning streak. So what we had to do was figure out a way to fight. We had to continue to show our toughness, and that's what I was happy about. It came down to the last possession, and we got an opportunity to be on defense. You know what I mean? So last year we struggled winning games down the stretch when we had to be on defense. So I was more than happy about the opportunity to show that we could win the game and we could get a stop.
Coach, speaking of defense, I wanted to ask about those defensive stops down the stretch. Your guys really extended the defense and really fought through screens. Just talk a little bit about the effort going down the stretch.
And the beauty of our group, right, is we were able to put out everybody on the court was 6'6" or taller. And we trusted that they would be able to get out there. Like we were switching everything just so we could keep our defensive principles, which is we want to keep everything one on one. And that's what we were able to do. And I was more than excited that we got that opportunity.
No
I,
doubt.
I swear this gym must be empty because, Coach, it sounds like you just told me exactly what we said on the broadcast. You must have heard me all the way over there, Coach. Charles, did we not say that on the broadcast about the
Yes,
list
we
that they
did.
was able
Yes,
to
we
put out there
did.
on the court?
Yeah.
So, Coach, undefeated at home.
Yes.
You can't start a streak without the first one. Now you've got the second one at home. You won't see your home court again as far as competition until the new year. But what do you do between now and the new year with 2 games remaining to keep that momentum going between now and the new calendar year?
And we're gonna keep working. Like our guys have really bought in to what we're doing. They bought into the grind. They bought into the fight. We're doing things that most teams in the country aren't doing. And we're in there every single day and we're fighting and they're excited. Like it was yesterday was a day before the game and we were running line drills. You know what I mean? We were like, hey man, we gotta stay strong. And that's what we're gonna continue to do because I think that helps this group get better. Other teams, veteran teams, sometimes you're able to back off a little bit, but with our group, we haven't done anything yet. So we're gonna keep fighting and keep working until we have, and we're looking to create a new standard, and that's what we're trying to do.
Coach, speaking of that grind, it was really nip tuck in terms of rebounding at halftime. What did you say to the team after halftime? Because you guys really can stretch that rebound in total out where you really hit the boards in the second half.
Well, if you would like for me to be completely honest, I told them if we didn't win the rebounding battle, we were practicing tomorrow. And, that's the truth.
As Mr. Washington over there says, yes, he did say that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. But all right, Coach. Tough conference. You get ready to come up on the new year. What's your New Year's resolution for the team? Since this is going to be our last broadcast that we have for the new year, for this calendar year for you. What do you want to see out of your team in the 2021 calendar year?
Well, I want us to finish out the calendar year strong. You know what I mean? Playing hard, playing basketball our way. Like you see on the stanchions that they have, the Florida Memorial way. We're setting the standard, and this group And it looks crazy because you look at our record and say, well, how are they starting a standard? How are they doing this? How are they doing that? But I see the group every single day. This is a new team that's being put together. We only have two guys that returned from last year's team. So they're learning each other. And we just had a great trip to Alabama, and guys are able to bond. You know what I mean? So when we got back, we were more of a unit. So where other teams have had opportunities to bond and spend time with each other, we didn't. So now that we have it, we're gonna continue to bond and continue to grow together to be the great team that I believe that this unit has a chance to be.
All right,
Coach,
go ahead.
well, let me follow up on that, especially with regards to how topsy turvy that this pandemic has made everything. Obviously, your team is going to have to spend an inordinate amount of time together. How important is it to gel, bond, and sort of go forward from here in terms of just what you guys have to do to be successful on the court?
So it's funny because I've never been the big rah rah dance and all that kind of stuff. But we were on the way home from Alabama, and the guys were on the back, and they were singing and talking and laughing and joking, and I would sleep up in the front, and I woke up and I was just like, this is exactly what we need. You know what I mean? Because of, like you said, COVID, guys, even though we're here, guys are not able to really spend a whole bunch of time together, with classes and trying to get everything done, and you got a social distance. So that was the first time we had a chance to really get close to one another. You know what I mean? Like we lived with each other basically for 5 days. So it was great for us.
Sure thing.
All right, Coach, that's all of me. Thank you. I'm going to ask that you pass the headset over to
Aubrey
uh,
Washington.
yeah, Aubrey Washington. You might. I don't know if you guys want to wipe them off or not. We're going to be as we let them sanitize the headset between that. Great job by the Lions just to gut this one out, because so many times you've seen teams fold in games like this, Charles, and this
Right,
team
right.
get it out. And joining us now is Aubrey Washington, 5'10" senior guard from Jacksonville, Florida. And if we would have given out a Player of the Game award, Mr. Washington, you would have won it. Uh, t- Tell us about just I play point guard, not as good, not the level that you did, but I did play a little bit of point guard. So just tell us about what you saw out there on the court that said, hey, I could take this game over and lead my team in the way that you did today.
First, I want to just thank the Most High God. I feel like without this, none of this was possible. I want to thank my teammates too as well. But to answer your question, I don't know what to say. I just seen the goal and open lane. He was forcing me to score, so I just took it. And I'm a team player first, so I like to look for my teams. But if it's not an option, I'm gonna take it myself.
And sometimes guards have to do that. Yeah, you want to get everybody else involved, make sure your bigs stay happy, get their touches, make sure your shooters get their touches. But sometimes the best option is yourself, and that's what it looked like it was today for you. Go ahead, Charles, with the follow-up question.
Yeah, Aubrey, you were 5 of 9 from behind the arc. What defensively, or what were they doing? Were they kind of left you alone from the 3-point line, and you got hot, man? I tell you, you were starting to feel it.
Yeah, I don't know what the scouting report was, but they wasn't closing out quick enough. So I just took it. I was always told, hand down, man down.
There you go.
There you
Exactly.
go. There you go. And one thing about it, what I liked about it, I was waiting on the heat check. You didn't actually do the heat check. All the shots that you took were good rhythm within the offense shots, as I like to call. Because every now and I ain't gonna lie, I would have did a heat check back in my day.
Like I say, I'm a team player first. So I don't like to come down and jack shots. I want to move through the offense to let people and others know that, hey, I'm a team player, not just me, me, me. You're not going to win games just with me, me, me. It's always about the team first.
Yeah, but speaking of team player, you did contribute in addition to the points. You had 4 rebounds. You had three assists. So, and you had a steal on the day. So you did more than just score, you know. Let's flip the script. Let's talk about defensively some of the impact that you was able to make. Not necessarily with the steals, but just being there and being in the right place. Talk about the defensive side of the game for you today.
I'm a defensive player first. I don't really care about offense because anybody can score, honestly. But everybody can't play defense. It starts with the heart. Kobe, back in the day when Kobe was alive, RP to him, blessings. But it was a Laker drill. We do this in practice. So a Laker drill is basically you pick up full court and you can't let the man beat you. So basically, it really just starts with heart. I have a lot of heart, and it's hard for me to let my opponent score in front of me. I don't take that easily.
Aubrey, I've always wanted to ask a point guard this, but when you have a 7-footer down low, how much fun is that when you are able to kind of create in the lane and find the
I love Mubashar Ali. I love him. I feel like when me and him on the court, it's like Kobe and Shaq. I love it.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Aubrey. What going into the second half of the season? What are some of your personal goals? What are some of the team goals that you want to share with us?
I just want everybody to lock in, keep this same mentality. Don't become complacent, and remember, we are here for a reason. It's to win the conference and hopefully get that national championship.
Kansas City, here we come. That should be the theme of the day.
Yes, sir.
All right, Charles. We're gonna let you close it out right here, Charles.
No doubt about it, Aubrey. Tremendous game. Going forward, are there things within your own individual game that you feel that you can improve upon going forward?
Yeah, I feel like I can be more contributing with bringing the ball up. I have to be able to get that because me coming from where I'm from, I'm more like a scoring guard. So that's like playing without the ball. So I feel like I can be in a better position if I brought the ball up and set it up more.
Sure thing.
All right, Aubrey Washington joining us. Great game, Mr. Washington. I'm gonna let you go ahead and get back to the locker room, take your shower. Probably can't take a shower without do the COVID in the locker room, but whatever you guys do post game now, do the COVID. Go ahead and start doing that, sir. And we hope to see you next month.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
No problem, sir. No problem, sir. And we're gonna sign off right here. Appreciate my friend Charles Bishop stepping in for me, for my partner Brian Fulford, who could not be here today. For our camera person, Danielle Sutherland. For my producer, Roy Evans. This is AD Drew. As we go 1-1 on the day, women lose, men win. But hey, any day we 6 feet up instead of 6 feet down, it's a great day. So from the Black College Sport Network, this is our last broadcast for the season. So we're going to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Last broadcast for the calendar year, And same thing from HBCU, inside the HBCU Sports Lab and the 1400 Club. Thank you, Charles. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, AD. I appreciate coming on.
All right, and we'll see you next time right here on the Black College Sports Network. All right, man. We are out. I appreciate everything you did. Now I got to spend about 30 minutes putting all this equipment up. And then I get to drive 8 hours back home back to Georgia, man.
Woo!
Yes,
Be safe on that road.
All right, I appreciate you, and I'll be looking for y'all Tuesday night, man. I should have we'll have